Hungry? I thought that you could sense that with your Peter tingle.
Do not start calling it my Peter tingle.
This is insane, you guys.
Yo, this is sexy, man.
Broadcasting live from the internet, it's Tuesday night, and this is the PanelsOnPages.com podcast with your host, Lee Rodriguez.
At the end of the day, babies are terrible people, and I'm not sorry for saying it.
Jason Nyes.
Motherfucker, I won best costume!
Jose Guzman.
Yeah, I know nothing about Firestorm, except for his hat's always burning.
And Kelly Harris.
Boy, love, it appears we got a penis in the mail.
I glued my fucking eyes shut!
I just want to see all these Yelp reviews of Jose's jizz.
Oh, sorry, I knocked over the salt.
Like you had anything better to do.
What's happening, everybody? Today's Tuesday, July 9th, 2019. This is episode number 476 of the Panels on Pages podcast. I am your host, the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez. Joining me tonight, we got Mr. Jason Nyes.
Fucking magnets, how do they work?
Jose Guzman.
No pants. That's what I do now.
Also in studio with Jose, his buddy Isaac. What's up, Isaac?
What's going on?
Kelly's here.
The phone boys have logged on.
And Mahoney's with us.
You got a pretty sweet megaphone you're screaming into, Lee.
You stop screaming.
Says the guy who came in hot. I'm always coming in hot.
Yeah,
You're working at Burger King right now.
might as well just, address that I'm on my phone with my super sweet AirPods because I'm rocking on day 7 with no goddamn internet in my house, and it is
a nightmare.
It's dark, you guys.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. It sucks. Like, it sucks real bad.
Yeah.
It's not like, back in the olden days when the internet was out, you were fucked. We still got our phones and shit, so we can still look up information. But I was researching camera lenses today, and you can't do that
on a phone.
Yeah. Not really, and hell, my wife works out of the house. She works from home, for her job. So it's been a fucking just nightmare. And it's the goddamn cable company. So it's like, well, you'd better stay home. Or, by God, somebody better be there when we get there. Or, fuck you in the mouth and we'll see you never. So we've been just having our whole fucking lives on hold.
Well, yeah, did you tell the story about when they were first supposed to come originally and they just ghosted you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've had to call the fucking customer service number for Charter Spectrum 9 times. And that fucking robot lady never gets her shit together at the beginning. So what happened was somebody came in and they dug a drainage ditch in the street and they cut our shit, just cut our line completely. And so that was Tuesday. We called Tuesday. Wednesday, homeboy comes out. He's like, yeah, your shit's all fucked up. I'm like, yeah, I know. That's why I called you. And he's like, yeah, but the problem is the pole's across the street. So I can't just run a line across the road. It's got to go under the street. So we got to get a construction crew out here to bury the line. I'm like,
fuck.
Cool, fine. When are we going to do that? He's like, I don't know. That's construction's department. I go, are you fucking, do you know Jim Construction? What's his deal? What's his gimmick? I don't know. But, holidays tomorrow, so probably Friday. So Thursday we got our big party. It's fine. Friday comes, I've still heard fuck all.
How many times did somebody ask you what your Wi-Fi password was at the party?
I think they could tell by the general vibe in the air that shit was sad and it wasn't okay. So we made it work all right. It was all right. We had plenty of Bluetooth speakers. It was a lovely time. Everyone had a fucking blast. It was a good party. Friday comes, I hear shit. I call him back again. And the guy's like, I see a whole bunch of tickets here open. I go, yeah, no fucking shit. When are they going to come out? I'm like, all right. Sometime between 8 and 5 tomorrow. I'm like, oh, so I just fucking killed my Saturday? Okay, cool, great, fine. And then around 4 o'clock, I get an email saying, actually, it's going to be between 8 and 9 p.m. It's like, oh, so we really just fucked this Saturday. All right. And at 8:20, my phone rings, and it's this technician. And it's like, hey, so I just talked to the guy that was out there Wednesday because I saw that he was out there on Wednesday. I'm like, uh-huh. And it's like, yeah. I mean, I can't do anything because I can't run the line across the road. We got to have a construction crew out there to run the line and bury it. I go, no fucking shit. I'm fully aware of this. The guy I talked to yesterday said you're going to come out and like run some temporary shit until that happens. Like, yeah, no, it's like a mandatory 14-day waiting. No, bullshit. It's not a mandatory 14-day waiting up. No one said 14 days until you, and I'm talking to 9 fucking people. That's ridiculous. So I called the customer field back. I'm like, we're going to escalate this up to my manager, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, I know. Everyone fucking says that. What's up? Nothing yesterday. Today, Sunday, yesterday I called, and I'm like, look, I get that this isn't your fault. You're just the person answering the phone. I get it. But come the fuck on. She's like, I'm gonna give this to my supervisor, and they're gonna call the people. Like, yeah, great. Yeah, I know. I've heard all this before. I understand, but I just need, like, if it's gonna be next week, I'm fine. Just tell me it's gonna be next week. That way I can not be held hostage in my own fucking house.
That way I can fucking move.
Yeah. Give me
a hotel.
Yeah, I need to know when this is gonna fucking happen. No one said shit. So I called back today, lost my goddamn mind. Actually spoke to a supervisor, and then like within a couple hours, they're like, okay, well, okay, look, I'm gonna call the construction supervisor directly, and they'll call you in a little bit. Great. No one fucking called, but a crew showed up outside the house, and I'm like, holy fucking shit, they're here, and they are waiting on the phone line to be marked, like where the phone located, so they don't cut it. That shit that other people didn't do. They're doing their due diligence, which I can respect. And like, there's shit marked all over the area. Like they've marked the gas, they marked the power. They've been doing shit, but haven't been communicating it to me. So probably haven't been doing shit. So I've actually been more angry than I should be. But even then, the guy's like, okay, look, if they come out early enough tomorrow and mark the phone, we can do it tomorrow. If not, it'll be Thursday. I'm like, great. If it's fucking Thursday, that's cool. Now I just know that it's going to be either tomorrow or Thursday, and that's great. And I can move on with my goddamn life. It's very upsetting. Like, don't waste my time. But, I am on some new medicine for my anxiety and shit, so that's working out. I think it's a good stress test. We're going to hit the ground running on this. So far, so good. Don't ever read the side effects for your anxiety medication. It's bad news. But,
no, everything's like, hey, you're going to bleed out your dick. And it's cool.
My favorite one that I read was ejaculatory disorder, which I told Nicole means either that means I can't come or I come for no reason. And I don't know which one's more upsetting.
Or can't
so
stop.
Much. You just come so fucking much. You can't do anything about it.
Neither one's good. Neither one's good.
It's hot and thick.
Oh, it's like steaming.
Just like, just eating chicken noodle soup, just drizzling, just for no fucking reason whatsoever.
This is good soup. I like this soup.
Well, at least the screaming in my brain has stopped, so I got that going for me.
Hey,
so there's
soup.
that.
Chicken noodle soup, look at me so I can finish.
That's been great.
Lee's got his new book, Chicken Noodle Soup for Your Hole.
It's been a fucking bummer. Although I did get a bunch of new toys. That's been pretty fucking exciting.
Hell yeah, let's talk about these things.
I got all kinds of fucking rad new toys. One day, I think it might have been, I had to come home because we were fucking around the internet, so it must have been Wednesday, I guess. I got mail from the lovely and esteemed Mr. Jason Nyes. I got my Murder Bots, my 000 and BT came in.
Nice.
Star Wars Black
figures
Series.
Are so good.
They're really good. Like I've not really fucked with the Black Series much. They're pretty good. Like they're nice figures.
For $20 a piece, they better be.
Yeah, you're right. They should be. They better be good. They're really, really nice.
And there are some that are not. There's still a lot of unibrow Poe Damerons hanging on store shelves.
Yeah, a lot of those.
Poe.
Lots of young Han Solos just chilling. Like, nobody wants to hang out with me? Like, no, afraid not, young Han Solo. Even though your movie was the best, they just don't get it. But
ahead of its time. that movie.
It's a
20
good
years from now, they'll appreciate
They're going to like it. I think you're exactly right. But I got the murder droids. I got a new Optimus I got from wheeling and dealing some shit online. Sold some shit, bought a new Optimus. That's like 164, 134, some shit like that. It's a lot. New Ryu Soldier robot. It's a cool flamey dinosaur guy, which is rad. And then fucking today, finally, after everybody popping their collective boners in Toy Fair, the Ectotron figure showed up, the Ecto 1 Transformer, and you guys, it fucking rules. Like it's so good. Like the box is great. It looks just like an old school 80s Transformers box. The box art's the same. It's got you can cut out the tech specs and shit like that. It's genius. Very well done. The transformation's cool. All the gear and shit on top transforms into a proton pack. It's not just like the gear just a peg onto the back. It turns into the proton pack. Fucking great. It's really cool. So I dusted off the firehouse because it was a little musty. Play with the mini mates with them. Got them all looking super fun and rad. And now I'm just like, all right, this is almost perfect. Where's my fucking Optimus? Let's go.
Yeah.
Give me my fancy schmancy Optimus. And then, oh man, it's going to look pretty fucking dope in that corner, you guys. It's going to look so good.
What you're going to need after that is they need to make like a Unicron, but the firehouse.
Nice.
That'd be fucking dope.
Or Metroplex.
Well, it depends on what they're going to do in the series, because apparently Optimus Prime in the comic series has the white and red deco, whatever. And the first issue came out a couple weeks ago, and I read it, and it's fucking fun. Like, Gozer, basically as a robot, lands on Cybertron and kills everybody that's still on the planet. So you have, like, Robot Gozer and, like, the Robot Demon Dogs show up and fuck up Megatron and everybody else while the Autobots are in space. Like, it's fucking cool. So yeah, I would totally get like a Robot Gozer for that. It'd be dope as hell. It was super fun. But yeah.
Love that picture that I art directed of your Ectotron having butt sex with your model Ecto 1. Looks
super into it.
Yeah, it looks really good. Like a lot of personality in that Ectotron.
Yeah.
You almost see a smile.
Yeah, I love the bit Jose said where you had your mini-mate Egon talking in his ear about fucking we could have had Ghostbusters 3 if it weren't for Bill Murray's ass.
Get him! Watch him. So yeah, they're at GameStops now, man. So if you've on the fence about it, highly recommend it. It's like $50. It's not cheap. Especially for something of its size. But once you kind of have it in hand and you realize you have the Ghostbuster license thing on it, the paint's really good on it. There's lots of like clear window parts and all the proton packs, lots of rubber hoses and tubes, and like it's not just a run of the mill kind of Transformers figure that size. Like there's a lot more to it that definitely makes it worth it. Like I was kind of but then when they had it, it's definitely worth the price. Like it's cool. And there's nothing else. Like I'm not one to keep shit in its box, but if you were to keep this one in its box, I'd kind of get it because it looks so fucking dope. Like it's pretty cool looking, just on its own. Yeah, the only other thing I have in the box is I got the 3 3/4-inch Dr. Aphra that came out last year, but she's in like the old school vintage style card box.
Yeah,
so I'm like, all right,
cool.
She'll hang up. She's neat.
So can we talk about those Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2-packs?
I fucking wish you would. Like,
I got that one that was Michelangelo as Batman.
Michelangelo as Batman, yep.
These look fucking.
And then
good.
Diamond
They look
announced
awesome.
just yesterday 5 2-packs, $50 a pop, of Batman characters and Ninja Turtles, and then the 2-pack of Shredder and Ra's al Ghul.
And it's funny because Jax and I had just watched the movie like the day before.
I just opened up my books that Kelly sent me.
Yeah, it's in the air, man. It's in the air. They look so dope.
They look really good. They've got that cel-shaded style of the animated NECA figures a little bit. The thick black lines. And I love the character
like
designs.
The designs in the movie.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, the Turtles' character designs are really good.
And there's like each character has like 10 hands or some shit like that. There's all kinds of cool stuff that comes with them.
Hands.
So many hands and accessories, and like Robin's got a big ass manhole cover that's shaped like a pizza. It's great. It looks
just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in.
Yeah, I'm like, oh man, these are great. And they're like, oh god, but $200.
No. 250 because there's 5 of them.
I could skip the villains if I had to.
You could, yeah.
I could.
I was looking at them for the first time.
But you're already in for 200.
Yeah. But who wants to do that?
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. They're fucking great, though.
What do you think, Jose? You think you're gonna get these?
The who?
Yes, the action figures of the band The Who.
McFarlane did those, or at least like
if he didn't, he should have.
Like a Pete Townsend, I feel.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
You gotta. The Shredder set was supposed to be the last thing I got. God damn it!
Like ever? Like
says
turtle wise, like that was supposed to be it.
Well, at least it's
because I was never going to buy anything from the movies, and I'm not buying anything from the new cartoon.
It's true. Well, at least they don't come out until September. At least a few of them.
Yeah,
so
fuck me.
Time
away your pennies.
Yeah, time to win a few hands at blackjack, Jose.
They got 10 hands, Jose.
Yeah.
Think about what you can do with that many hands.
So many hands.
So many hands.
How many hands you got now?
I got a bunch. I got a Michelangelo head that opens up, and he's just got all kinds of turtle hands and weapons.
Nice.
Yo, who's playing a Sega game?
I don't know what you're talking about. It's fine. Mind your fucking business, Kelly.
You've been without internet for so long, you went back to your Game Gear?
I'm playing Sonic Mania on my Switch.
Nice. I see.
Hey, I'm playing my Switch too, but it's that pervert pinball game I ordered.
I'm very glad. Very happy for you.
You pinball on underwears on chicks with jugs?
Yes.
No, you want to talk about
exactly that.
Not having the internet. You know, for years, whenever we'd move some stuff around or whatever, whenever the trouble of space would come up, my beautiful wife, so like, I don't want to fuck, just get rid of all these Blu-rays and DVDs and shit. And now I'm like, this is it. This is fucking why. Never come to me with this bullshit again.
I still have some Blu-rays and DVDs, a select few, but my larger collection needed to go. Now, if the internet is out, I do have a handful of DVDs and Blu-rays I could watch, but I also have a hard drive with a whole bunch of shit on it that'll keep me busy until the sun goes dark.
That's a fair point.
I mean,
we use the all the shit on my hard drive. We use Plex for, which guess what? You got to be logged into the goddamn internet to use, even though it's stored locally.
Yep.
So it's a whole goddamn thing. It's been a disaster. But I did, I did recently make some adjustments, make some purges. At some point, I'm like, all right, here's the thing, man. You are never fucking ever gonna watch those Fox Fantastic Four movies ever again. Put them bitches away.
Hey, I mean, you could. We do movie nights every so often. But we
watched the only good Fantastic Four movie already.
We've already done that.
We could just download another one.
Ugh.
Man, we should watch that Josh Trank Fan Four Stick sometime soon. I'm sure we'll have an opportunity.
Oh, I didn't have that one.
What'd you say?
It's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
I've been saying fantastic a lot lately, and I keep expecting Kelly to fucking bust my chops.
Just pop out of nowhere.
Well, what did you say?
Oh, it's fantastic.
I said that was fantastic.
Just like
what else have you been doing,
flashy penis.
Oh, what else? So,
you and your fucking internet having ass.
Don't be jealous.
I'm so jealous.
Did a bunch of unboxing today, so that's cool. Finally opened up the boxes with the Turtle 2-packs in it, and the books Kelly bought for me, and my Casey Jones mask, and my Shredder, I actually used the shredder for dinner, which was
Nice.
very nice.
Nice.
The
Is
wife.
it sturdy? Are you able to use it? Because I know some of these
I didn't use
novelties,
it.
you
Mary
get 'em.
used it. She grated a squash for vegan enchiladas, which were fantastic, by the way. And it sounded like I could hear it as she was grating it, and it sounded great. And she said it worked really good. It's sturdy. It's nice and shiny. A+. But like it came with zero documentation, instructions, descriptions. Like it doesn't even have
It's
like
a shredder.
It doesn't
How
even
much
have
shredder do you need?
It doesn't even have like a manufacturer name on it. It just says Nickelodeon.
Nice. Just picks it up and sits it on top of the squash. It's like
I don't understand what this does.
Well, to be fair, I've never had a heavy-duty stand-up shredder / grater before, and the front, whatever texture it is, I'm like, what the shit is this for? And apparently that was specifically for grating cheese. It was a weird grater texture that I had never encountered. So, a little heads up would be nice, Nickelodeon. Throw a fucking leaflet in there. Give me a break. God damn. I haven't actually gotten into the turtles yet, though, because that's a whole other...
Yeah, that's an afternoon there.
That's 8 figures with a whole shitload of accessories. So, yeah, I'm going to... Once we get back from New Hampshire, I'm going to try and catch up on all those. But
God, you guys.
Other than that, like, we've gotten to the point where we hide from 4th of July. It is too hot out. There's too much traffic. We hang out at home in the AC and just chill. But we did see Spider-Man that morning. If we want to talk some Spider-Mans.
Come out and play. I just saw that earlier today for a second time.
What, Spider-Man?
Yeah, I took my mom. Watched it.
Oh, you're on number 2.
3D today.
Oh.
And I'll tell you what.
What?
Yeah.
3D's good?
It's fun because it lends to 3D perfectly.
I'm so done with 3D, though.
Yeah, but, fuck it, right?
So let's talk. What are some standout things for you guys?
Honestly, I kind of feel like I don't know what else you could want out of a Mysterio movie.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of perfect. And it's a really good Spider-Man movie, too. Like, with his, he's conflicted. He ultimately has to, lean into his responsibility and this and that. And it's kind of the perfect post-Endgame movie, too. Like, it's fucking solidly well executed.
They explained a lot about the post-blip world in that just little short video. And you get the kind of the vibe of it all.
That fucking bit with the kids appearing on the basketball court made me laugh.
Yeah.
I also like when they're like, this kid was 7 last time we saw him, and he's hitting on your girlfriend. What the fuck's that about?
Yeah.
Or how the teacher was like, yeah, my wife pretended she...
That was fucking hilarious.
That teacher may have been the MVP of the movie.
The teacher who was like, my blip. She pretended to blip and ran off. What is
And
her
then
running instructor?
Aunt May blips back, and somebody's living in her place.
Yeah.
So, like, she's running a charity for homeless people from the blip. It's wild.
And they tell you flat out, like, hey, it's been 8 months. Like, this is the timeline. This is what's going on. Like, solid.
I kind of had a moment where I was like, man, like, if they go by, usual Spider-Man movies, after the third one, Tom Holland's done, and like, no, like, this is the Marvel Cinematic Universe, though. Like, we could see him be Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's never done. He's so young.
For another 10 years.
Yeah.
No, he will be the. Yeah, no,
He says he wants to do 25 more of them.
Let's fucking do it, man. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Could you imagine that, the first 25 picture deal?
Let's do 2 a year. I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. These Spider-Man movies are fun.
Remember when it's strange though, because remember when kind of some of the hype leading up to. Well, I know Knives does because he referenced it in his amazing Captain Marvel Endgame video that he did.
Oh shucks.
You know, they were all like leading up to Endgame, like, yeah, Captain Marvel's going to be a big deal. She's going to be the face of the MCU going forward.
Yeah, she's going to be the Robert Downey Jr.
But no, man. According to this, it's fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And cool. Like, I mean, it could totally be Spider-Man. Like, why not? That kid's great. Like, unless the movies are fun, like, it could be Spider-Man. And
well, he's the Iron Man, and she's the Captain America.
Yeah,
I could be down for that.
Oh.
Oh, Civil War 2.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Captain Marvel was an integral part in that.
Yeah, there's an article here showing me. Tom Holland says he's down to do 20 Spider-Man movies.
Fucking
good for him.
Let's go. So
sign him before he grows out of it.
Let's not rush things then.
Yeah,
because we don't have
he has fun. He has a blast. He loves doing it. If you all want to do 20, I'm in.
We don't have to do the Sinister Six in the next movie. Like, they didn't even tease Osborn once. I thought that the rumor was they were going to reveal Avengers Tower to be Oscorp, but not even a
Yeah,
word.
at least like a name drop or something. Some kind,
That's what I was hoping.
Not even like a person.
Like the credit sequence. I'm like, oh, they're going to do an Osborn the credit sequence, and they did not.
Yeah.
They went bigger.
Yeah.
They went an entirely different direction.
Those credit sequences were absolutely bonkers.
So fucking great.
Apparently, I read an article with spoiler territory, by the way, if you're listening. Read an article.
Just assume it's all spoilers.
About J.K. Simmons got called into a meeting, essentially, with Sony, Disney, or I think it was on the Disney lot with Mark Webb and the people behind the movie. And then they told him about it, and this was recently, I assume. They told him about the idea, bringing him back as J. Jonah Jameson, and then they just fucking shot it right there.
That's awesome.
Like, on the spot. They just had a green screen in a conference room, and they went for it.
Because they said, this is how we do movies now. Look, you're in Avengers Tower.
That's why he looked like J.K. Simmons.
It was so good. Like, that was one of the very few things that I've ever seen in a movie that just made me go, oh. Like, I actually just gasped. It was awesome.
Yeah. It's kind of a game changer because this isn't going to be the last time they do that.
No.
So the possibilities are endless.
But if it is, I'm all right with that because he's the one he's that character.
Sure.
He is J. Jonah Jameson.
Sure.
You can't cast anyone else as him.
Yeah, and it's really good shades of the video game too, which is genius because he was awesome in the game. Like,
he's kind of an
excellent move.
An Alex Jones conspiracy nut talking about Spider-Man's going to turn all the frogs gay.
Yes, fuck yeah, why not?
So, okay, is Mysterio dead or what?
I think so. Otherwise, Edith would have told him.
I don't think he is.
I don't know.
It's Mysterio.
Edith didn't really answer anything beyond just saying there's no more.
Yeah, he didn't ask if he was alive. He said, is this real?
Yeah, he said,
are ended. But he didn't say, is he dead?
Maybe he was doing a practical effect. Maybe it wasn't an illusion technology. Maybe it's just a practical technique.
Yeah, he fucking put a bunch of squibs in his chest.
Yeah, fucking real time.
Or he dead as fuck.
Yeah.
But if I don't see his body burn and hear him cry, he can come back.
Oh, God.
But it'd be cool if he was alive because you got what? You've got Vulture, you've got Scorpion, you've got Mysterio now. Shocker, right?
Yeah, you've got Shocker.
And the S.H.I.E.L.D. helper guy is Chameleon.
Right. Dimitri, who was helping out Peter's class through their Europe trip.
Who did he become?
He becomes the chameleon.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. And best part about it, you don't even need to cast that guy to play him. He's a fucking chameleon. You can recast him as whoever you want.
And in canon, he's Craven's brother.
Yep.
And boy, does he look like Craven.
Yeah, he does.
So that's cool.
Like the one thing that I thought was kind of funny at the time, but I totally let slide pretty much immediately, was like Mysterio's giant exposition dump once he gets the glasses.
Right. That'll give you a whiplash. That changing
See, I kind of loved it though,
because what it is like they're breaking the movie, right? They're talking about the movie. What are we gonna do for this? How are we gonna bring Mysterio? And somebody goes, oh, Mysterio's the fucking guy who created the glasses from Civil War. I'm like, oh shit, Dougie, that's genius. Okay. Fuck, there's no way to do this organically. He's gonna have to just say it.
Well, it's Mysterio. He's a dickhead, so he'll go around saying how great he is all day.
Yeah, for sure.
But he
gave everyone else their props, which I kind of love.
Yeah. No, that was awesome.
We'll bring back
Nancy in accounting. Oh, we could have done without Nancy and her cookies.
That fucking lady who gets steam cleaning his cloak.
Oh god, yeah.
You still need the
I almost got the wrinkles out.
Have the cape on standby.
And the reveal of him in that fucking
mocap suit. Oh my god.
Was...
that is my favorite bit in the whole movie, is that Mysterio's actual costume is a mocap suit. That warms my heart so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really, really solid, man. Like so fun. And he gets all pissed off. He has to wear the cape at some point. Get this fucking thing off me when he leaves the rest of the bar. Get this fucking thing off me. This is so stupid.
And you start watching I started looking at the details the second time, and you start seeing all the Avengers influence in the suit, which is cool.
Oh, I gotta see it again. I can't wait to see it again.
Like how so?
Try it 3D, because all those Mysterio scenes are pretty fucking cool in 3D.
When he was
those Mysterio scenes are incredible.
When he was Powdered Toast Man.
Yeah. I was in the theater with adults, but every time Mysterio flew, I just wanted to make like a fart sound.
Adults.
Big boy.
2 adults.
I restrained. I put on my adult pants and did not make a fart move.
Aunt May wearing the highest waisted jeans ever in existence. And
she don't know what year she's in. Her mind's fragile. She was blipped.
Did I also tell you guys that I discovered I have a new fetish for high-waisted jeans? Did I tell you about this?
Hey, man, you sure it's a fetish for high-waisted jeans or just Marissa Tomei is?
It could be Marissa Tomei.
I think it's just Marissa Tomei.
It might be very specific. You're probably right.
Aunt May's cherry
Marissa Tomei, emphasis on the toe.
Oh my god.
Gross.
I didn't notice that at all. I noticed there was some definite
junk
in that trunk.
You gotta see it in 3D.
Yeah, 3D is jumping at you.
That's what it comes to. Yeah,
you don't want to see it in 3D. You don't want to see it in 4D.
Oh, it was. It was like I'll stop.
Seats moving around.
So, what is up with the Skrulls? Oh yeah. Speaking of, Jose still hadn't seen Captain Marvel, so
yeah. So that scene was completely cool, but also completely out of context. Yeah. Other than, I guess, spoiler alert, the Skrulls aren't the bad guys in Captain Marvel.
They definitely are not. No,
but you still have to be a bad Skrull, right? Because the Super Skrull is a bad guy.
Sure,
correct?
sure.
Not necessarily.
They'll have evil Skrulls at some point.
Yeah. It's not like the entire Skrull race will be good guys.
We just
there's got to be
cool
one
ones.
asshole. Yeah.
I marked out Taylor so hard.
Yet?
Fucking Donald.
What?
Donald in accounting, always talking about going rogue. We're all trying to be peaceful. He's talking about getting other people's powers.
I thought there was some person named Donald.
So did I.
Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
Donald.
That's the Super Skrull's real name.
But what's the deal? So when did they replace Fury and Hill?
Well,
and why? What is the?
Here's my thought.
Okay,
is they both blipped out and then they blipped back in.
Yes.
So they said we need to watch this motherfucker from afar.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Like Thanos is over. We need to see if there's because they said his mission. So he's out in space on a mission.
I think I think he got his. He's not going to get caught with his pants down again. Essentially,
right?
And so now he created Sword.
All right.
So those guys, I would imagine that the funeral was really them. They're not going to, send a stand-in for a funeral. But then anything after, in between those 5 years of really nothing going on Earth, you have them pop in and out just to make the presence that they're there. When the whole time he hasn't been there the whole time since Endgame.
Yeah. Nice sent an article the other day that had apparently in that they bring him to that like underground subway tunnel looking place, and Mysterio's giving him the whole spiel about like, oh, I'm from a different Earth and all that, and in that scene Fury refers to it as like he's not from your world. Like not from our world. Like he's not from your world, and that's like one of the slip ups because there's apparently a few of them scattered throughout.
And Fury in general was just
off,
a grouch.
Yeah.
Like he was being overly mean to Spider-Man, and I didn't like that.
But it made sense when he's trying to be Fury, so he's like, "What's Fury? Okay, he's a dick."
Right.
Let me go.
And Spider-Man doesn't really effectively doesn't let him play his part like he's supposed to. So it's like, come on, I'm done with the guy.
Maybe Talos is throwing the N-word around a little too much.
Yeah, like whoa.
I thought it was great. Like and then I marked out so hard. I'm like, oh shit, are they going to do like a fucking Secret Invasion thing? And then I saw the real Fury, and I marked out like all over again. I'm like, oh no, they're not. They're doing something better. Like, fucking great. So rad. So fucking rad. I can't find a fucking problem with it. Like, it's great. Tom Holland is great. Babs is great.
Oh, I got a problem.
All right, what you got?
Why do you hate fun?
Why do they got put Ned in that wig? He's fucking bald.
Yeah, but he probably looks old as fuck without that wig on.
No, I mean, you've seen him. You've edited videos with him.
And he looks like he's 40.
No,
bald.
he looks like
a fucking James Bond villain.
He looks like a fat kid with a bald head.
He kind of looks like a Bond villain. I'm with Jose on this one. Like,
but the
welcome Bond.
Like, what's up? The Marvel Studios has as much a problem with whoever's making their wigs as is making their posters. Like it might be the same people because the wigs stand out a lot, and every time
I gotta be honest, I didn't realize he wears a wig.
Yeah,
he sure does.
Honestly, I didn't notice it until I saw one video of him without it. I'm like, oh, that must be a wig. And like it didn't stick out that bad to me.
How about why not a hat? Couldn't he just be a
cowboy
character?
Hat?
Yeah, couldn't he just be a character that always wears a hat?
That's hilarious.
Little Ned X.
Give Scarlet Witch a hat too in what was it? Was it Endgame or Infinity War where she had a bad wig? Civil War. No, I think it was Civil War.
Civil War?
Yeah.
Man, I did not notice these wigs at all.
Yeah, I don't really notice them either. I definitely noticed that weird-ass Captain Marvel one.
Yeah, obviously the worst Marvel Studios wig of all time is the Captain Marvel wig.
Yeah, that isn't even a close second.
That wasn't. They weren't even trying. They were like, "Hey, we just need a short hair wig. Who got a short hair wig? Oh yeah,
Quick,
I got a Gary Busey. I got a Gary Busey right here.
Gary Busey. Hilarious.
One other thing I want to talk about is this Bleacher Report tweet.
Go on.
Mahoney knows what I'm talking about. Mahoney, turn your volume down a little bit or move the mic away from your mouth a little bit.
All right.
You're overmodulating just a tiny bit.
2 Whoppers.
So I gotta
You can't get Big Mac and a Whopper at the same place, Jose.
He wants it his way.
All right, I will shoot you guys a link. Well, Lee, you're on your phone, so you're probably not gonna be able to look at it.
Just tell me about it.
Okay, so
just tell me what it's like where you are.
Bleacher Report is a sports thing, and they tweeted and deleted a tweet that was One Nation.
Tweeted and deleted is the name of my Rest in Effect cover band.
The tweet is One Nation, One Team for the USA, and a little flag emoji, and it's about the U.S. women's national soccer team. I don't know if they had won yet or they were just on their way to winning. So it's an interesting. It looks like a painting, but it's definitely just photos with a filter on it, and it's the U.S. women's soccer team, all in the front, with their uniforms on, some with their hand over their heart, looking good, looking a little photo filtered. And then behind them is...
I have so many questions. What the fuck am I looking at here? What the shit is this?
Behind them is a who's who of people. We have... I'll just pick some randomly. We got Taylor Swift. We got Will Smith. We got Miley Cyrus. We got Iron Man. We got Top Gun era Tom Cruise. The entire cast of Friends. Some of the cast of Modern Family. Kendrick Lamar, Zac Efron, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Ellen. LeBron in a Lakers jersey. Kobe with his head photoshopped to look like a fucking egg. J. Cole. Andy Samberg. Just Dustin and Max from Stranger Things. Steve Carell. Ava Longoria. One of the Williams sisters. Captain Marvel. Oh, and Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt are on opposite ends, diagonally from each other.
What the fuck is that about?
What the entire fuck? I kind of had to think about, because someone had to make this.
Yeah.
I do not believe it is hand-drawn art for a second. So what it is it's photoshopped still images with a filter on them. But in order to do that, that is a lot of work. That's 15 people per line. That's 4 lines. That's 60 individual people that you're photoshopping out, adding these effects to, and
so many layers.
What just the random smattering of who they chose. Because as far as I know, if you look at it deep enough, Oprah's on there too. They're all at least American as far as I know. Because Dustin and Max from Stranger Things are there, but obviously Eleven's not there because Eleven's British.
Fuck that kid.
This is America's game.
So I wanted to talk about that. At Graham Starr has the screenshots.
And why they delete it?
Because it's fucking insane.
I think that's why.
Somebody higher up in management opened up their phone and they went, oh God, what have we done?
This is for years why Kerouac hated the 4th of July. Simply too patriotic.
Too patriotic.
That's so fucking bizarre. So nuts. So yeah. Spider-Man good. Pain bad. Pain's real bad. Oh my god.
Just you wait, Lee. I'm gonna Photoshop you into a nice little collage.
Oh god damn it.
You can hang it in your living room.
I'm surprised you didn't put him in that thing.
You know? Hang on.
Oh god.
Where's that picture of him asleep on the couch?
God damn it.
You don't have that one at the ready? Wasn't that a big part of your Inktober?
That was my Inktober. That was the entire Inktober.
Oh. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Boy, we got some breaking news, Lee.
Who died?
I hope you're sitting down.
Tom Bosley died?
No, Tom Bosley's already dead, but Rip Torn, actor from the Larry Sanders Show and the Men in Black movies, 88.
Really?
Yep.
Aww.
Oh, that's sad.
Dodgeball.
You've been grumpy grandpa my entire life.
Yeah. That Twitter account where it says that Rip Torn outlived someone will have to hang it up.
Oh, shit, that does exist, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, and then Ross Perot died, too. I tweeted something about how I played Ross Perot in a 6th grade mock debate, and I lost by 1 point to fucking Bill Clinton because I didn't vote for myself.
That's what you get.
Who'd you vote for?
So Ross Perot.
I voted for Clinton.
You are so Ross.
Why did you vote for Clinton?
Because I felt like it wasn't cool to vote for myself, so I voted for my friend, who was Clinton.
That's why
do
Clinton
you think that's what they really do in real life?
Well, obviously it was all a bad decision, and I regret it to this day that I'm bringing it up some, 28 years later.
I saw you tweet that today, but I thought it was because you were just still mad about it.
Yeah. Fucking dumb.
Now, are you mad are you mad that you didn't vote for yourself, or are you really mad that Clinton didn't vote for you?
No, I'm mad that I didn't vote for myself. Because that was the difference. That was the difference maker.
I just picture little Nyes pounding out an angry letter on a keyboard.
That's not Elsie's. That's not all he's pounding out.
About that time, that was all I was pounding out.
Great. Anything else on Spider-Man?
It was good.
It's so good.
The weird situational. I mean, I get it, but like the splitting off of the tour group was random.
Oh, just that they're
all on a boat, and the next thing you know, they're not on a boat. Only those two are on a boat, and they're across the city at a museum. And then they're all on a boat, and then they're here, and then half are gone.
Yeah,
but they were specifically took the kids that were like under attack away from the other kids.
Yeah.
Like, why did it have to take place in Europe, though? It didn't. Like,
Tax credits.
If you.
Yeah. High five to that. He nailed it right on the fucking.
If you think about it, though, like it wasn't necessary to the story at all.
No, but
it was necessary to that.
Peter an excuse to kind of not want to do stuff. Like he just wanted to be a kid going on his trip.
Sure,
and that would have been quite as effective if they were going on trips like Branson.
Well,
yeah, and then
or
the whole
like
idea
back in New York.
The whole idea was they were trying to get Mysterio was trying to get away from the Avengers.
Yeah.
When he was in London, staging the attack in London, he was like, "Cool, no Avengers are coming. Time to go and save this."
What a dick he is!
So good.
It made me so happy that he wasn't Magic. I was so worried
that he was real Mysterio.
Yeah, I was so worried he was going to be Magic.
See now this reveal was the complete opposite feeling I had with the Mandarin reveal.
Well, yeah, because this is what Mysterio is. The Mandarin is kind of. Not,
but I mean, for like how they set it up, the whole he's a good guy, he's from a different world, and blah 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 blah.
But I feel like we all knew this was coming.
Yeah, pretty much.
I saw a couple people that were like, "Oh man, I fucking hate being right." It's like, no, like if it wasn't this, it would have been dumb. Like,
yeah, no one thought Mysterio's like, yeah, maybe he's actually a good guy in this movie.
No lie, those elementals looked pretty good.
Yeah, they really did.
At one point, they were talking about the water one on the news, and I feel like they were talking about what rumors or what caused it, and they said a name.
No, when the guy read off what it was.
Yeah, they
said Hydro Man's name.
Was it Hydro Man's name? That's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
Well, he said they called him Hydro Man, didn't they?
Well, like
they called him by his real name. That one was Hydro Man. In the background, there's like license plates or street signs, different things in each of them that have the issues, like the first appearance issues of the different characters. And it was Hydro Man, Hydro Man, Molten Man, and what What was the other? Maybe Sandman was the other
I
one.
think
I
it's
don't
Sandman.
remember.
And then the issue number of Spider-Man Goes to Europe too. That's
dope.
Mysterio hallucination scene.
So fucking cool.
Oh my god, with zombie Iron Man, and it reminded me of something like out of a Scarecrow bit from like a Batman movie,
like an Arkham Knight or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about when I say it's everything I could ever want out of a Mysterio movie. Like that's the kind of shit you want to see.
These guys have I say guys, but I mean this universe now has the balls to do Fishbowl Mysterio and do it totally serious. And it works.
Yeah, it totally works. Absolutely. Like, there's not a moment where it doesn't, honestly. Fucking put a mocap suit on Ned's head, apparently, and Ned will be happy.
He's something else, that guy. That Jacob
He
Batalon.
definitely is something else.
He is something else to behold, and then slapping a not great wig on top of that as well. The
wig didn't bother me for a second. Not for a single moment.
Him and Betty Brant were great, though.
Yeah.
And I love, it was a throwaway scene, but when the flash mob, that kind of chuckled me when he was doing the selfie and the dude ran by and fucking nutted him.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was cool. Who was that? Who nutted him?
It's some rando. Does muscular Asian dude? He's not somebody, is he? Brad.
I think he's just like kind of in the comics like just a supporting character in like high school. I don't think he's anyone in particular.
No.
But I did watch one of those Easter egg videos that said that he is an existing character. But just by name only. Good bit.
I did enjoy when he was ranting and raving about how suspicious it was, all the things Peter was doing, and they were like, how come you film people in the bathroom?
Yeah. Now, speaking of that scene, was that Black Widow?
I don't think so.
In the bathroom with him? The blonde Black Widow?
No, blonde Black Widow is going to be, what's her name? Florence Pugh or whatever?
I thought, didn't they have a blonde Black Widow in Agent Carter?
They had a blonde from the Red Room, but they never called her Black Widow.
Okay.
Also, no one watched Agent Carter.
I feel like I saw that episode.
Just the other day, I was thinking to myself that I don't even remember what Agent Carter was about. Like, I remember that it happened, but I don't remember the plot.
Yeah, no, I feel like I watched it, too.
They did Madam Mask in Agent Carter.
Yeah, very poorly.
Yeah, not great.
Wow, I have no recollection of that.
They took a mafia boss and fucked it up.
Yeah, real dumb. They turned she was like an actress or something, right? An actress married to a writer. They Marilyn Monroe her, basically.
Yeah, she was an actress who got like infected with some kind of alien goo.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, ABC.
Yeah, it was very weird.
Yeah.
You can't be putting goo on national TV.
But they also missed the opportunity to be like, yeah, this is my dad, Count Nefaria.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the dopest name ever.
That is a good one. My favorite thing about Count Nefario is when he moved out to the West Coast because there are less superheroes there.
Like,
you know who he ran afoul of?
West Coast Avengers
and the West Coast Avengers.
Like,
right.
They're probably gonna do a West Coast Avengers movie, right?
I don't see why not.
I can see that.
Be fucking
Tell you who'll
fun.
be first in line.
Or a show. Like, that could also be a show.
That'd be a cool show.
Like, I would love to see them do a bunch of, like, maybe 6-episode season little themes. You know what I mean? Take a little story arc, run it.
Yeah, that'd be smart.
6 episodes done with.
Well, I mean,
With
WandaVision,
characters
you're already 2 steps in with that WandaVision show. That might be a backdoor West Coast Adventures pilot.
God, they need to change that shitty name.
Well, they might.
that can't be the name. No one's going to watch a show called WandaVision.
I've never heard more of a... I just throw some shit on there. We'll figure it out later.
Right. Like Blue Harvest, it's the working title.
Yeah, that's fucking ridiculous.
Well, they're supposed to be
in it. Wanda and Vision. I don't fucking know. Call it WandaVision.
Marvel Studios is supposed to have a Hall H panel at Comic-Con next week for the first time in years, I feel.
Yep.
Yeah, no, they said like they're back. It is the first time in a while.
And then also D23 is at the end of August. So, like, we at this point, we don't know shit.
Oh shit! Eminem Sideband does a convention.
I was just thinking that, Jose.
D23 is the Disney fan convention.
And it's so funny because there were like 23 minutes worth of trailers before our Far From Home showing. They showed a trailer for every movie coming out for the next 2 years, as if to say, hey, I know that like these Marvel movies are over for a while, but we make other movies. You should come see other movies. Please come see other movies, please. Oh God, please come see another movie. we're so hungry. The thirst for the movie studios was palpable in that screening. Saw the trailer for that Charlie's Angels movie, directed by Elizabeth Banks, which doesn't look terrible.
Oh Jesus! I thought the complete opposite.
I mean, it looks dumb as shit, but like
I thought it looked like garbage.
It's got Jasmine from
Not my
Aladdin in
Angels.
it.
Yeah, it looks real dumb, but like fun dumb.
Yeah, I'm all in for that. I'll be sitting there with my free ticket.
I guess
Zoe was into that. Zoe was into that, and I think Zoe, for the very first time, even though we've seen it 700 times, Zoe had never seen the Hobbs and Shaw trailer. Zoe was like, "What is this? This is so stupid. Why aren't we watching it right now?" Like, I know, it looks so dumb. I can't wait.
There's like 3 different Hobbs trailers out there that shows it as like 3 different movies.
I saw one before Spider-Man I'd never seen before.
Yeah, that might have been the one I saw today.
Yeah, it looks so dumb. I can't wait to see how The Rock teams up with Roman Reigns and just, pulls a helicopter to the ground with a chain, because that makes all the sense in the world.
Hey, Roman Reigns.
What I did fucking find hilarious was that Jumanji 3 trailer and fucking Kevin Hart playing an old crotchety
Danny Glover.
God, Danny Glover.
That Jumanji trailer was great. Just the idea that only the Karen Gillan character is the same and has to deal with these bumbling idiots. Great.
So yeah, that's
Second
a lot
most
of good movies.
exciting jungle movie coming out other than Dora.
Look at my thighs. And he's like, "You had a stroke? Breathe."
Lion King comes out in a couple weeks, so bite your tongue.
That's right.
So good. You know what comes out this week? Stuber and Crawl.
Hell yeah!
I heard the working title for that movie was just Gator Basement.
Good. That movie looks so stupid, and I can't wait.
I would definitely want to see it if it was called Gator Basement, but I already want to see it as is.
Man, we went to see we'll wrap up movie stuff, man. But we went to see. It's kind of on a whim. Like, we almost went to see the Annabelle movie, because Nicole likes those Conjuring Annabelle movies. But then we made a last minute Hail Mary. Like, oh, fuck it, let's go see this Midsummer. It looks creepy.
We don't got any kids.
Midsummer is fucking trash, you guys.
See, I was gonna see it yesterday, but then you said it smells its own farts, and I was like, I don't need to see this.
It fucking sucks. Like, it's just.
Did you see Hereditary, Lee?
No, but I'm told it fucking sucks in the same vein now at this point. Now that I've commented on the shit show that is Midsummer, like, I don't know why you're surprised if you saw fucking Hereditary. I'm like, I didn't see Hereditary, okay?
And see, I heard Hereditary is really good.
Lucifer, baby. So cheeky, that guy. So cheeky, that devil.
Midsummer's a fucking garbage.
And Maze. Oh God, don't get me started on Maze.
So what's the premise of Midsummer? I know nothing about this movie.
Okay, let me say, it looks gorgeous. All the performances are great. You know, it looks good. But so the movie begins, and this girl, her sister does a double murder-suicide on her and her parents. So she kills her parents and herself. Yeah, and so she's all fucked up, and like her boyfriend, like at that exact moment, is talking to his buddies, and the buddies are all like, "You shouldn't break up with this broad. She's a pain in the ass." And so he's like, "Well, I can't break up with her now. Her sister just double murder-suicided her family. That's fucked up. And besides, she's not like, she's cool. She's, whatever. She's a little high maintenance." And so he kind of invites her along on the dude's trip to visit their one boy's kind of commune where he grew up in Sweden. They're going on a big Europe trip. And Chidi from The Good Place is in it. He's great. Everyone in it's great. But they get to this guy's community, and it's just a whole bunch of overly cheerful white people, which is just a red flag.
Yeah.
So
Anywhere?
hard. Anywhere. Like, it should have been called Red Flag the Movie. Because it's nothing but red flags, and no one picks up on them. Or if they do, they're like, it's just cultural. Like, no. There's creepy white people that are going to eat you by the time this is over. Like, you have to know this is going to happen. Have you seen any movie? And they just do a series of increasingly creepier shit, but it plods along. It's 2.5 hours long.
No.
Which is way too long for a movie with this slow of a burn. Like, and it just, by the time shit kind of pops off, you don't care. And I'm openly laughing by the end of it, because it kind of culminates in, the chick has become, she's the fucking queen of the festival or whatever the fuck. And, all these other people are dead. And like, okay, well, as is our custom, we've killed some new people. We killed some of our people. A couple of people have volunteered to be killed. And the queen gets to pick the person we kill next. Is it going to be her boyfriend or this rando she hasn't met before? And she's like, the boyfriend's got to die. And so, to kill the boyfriend, they don't just kill the boyfriend. First, they skin a bear, which early on in the movie, there's a bear in a cage. And one of the characters is like, are we not going to fucking talk about this bear?
They're trying to lure Wolverine there, weren't they?
Yeah. But, like, the guy's like, it's just a bear, don't worry about it. And then, fucking 2 hours later, they kill the bear. They skin the bear. The boyfriend has been hit with a paralytic, so he can't move. They then stuff the boyfriend inside the skinned bear. And then put him in a house and set him on fire. And by this point, I'm laughing hysterically. Because it's so fucking stupid and over the top and makes no sense in any context anything I've ever seen before in my life. It is a beautifully shot shit show of a movie. Like, it's almost impressive how bad it is.
That bear scene is the exact plot of that Workaholics episode with Mark Summers.
Right?
For sure.
Yeah, it's terrible. So go see Far From Home 4 more fucking times before you see Midsummer once. Maybe you can go fuck yourself. That's how I feel about it. So shit. Anything else you want to talk about? We're going to take a break. I know we didn't...
Well, I mean, we just kind of went from me to Spider-Man.
As I'm saying, yeah. Anything else you want to talk about? Anybody else?
I've just been playing a lot of video games.
Lucifer.
You know what? No bullshit. You've kind of sold me on Lucifer, Jose.
It's good, and it's 5 seasons, and then they're done, and then they're out. So I'm down. I really fucking enjoy it. Yeah, it can be dumb, and there's filler episodes, but like the whole mythology of the Bible and how they introduce characters, and just it's cool beyond the surface of a dumb show. I like it. I really enjoy it. No regrets whatsoever.
I mean, it sounds like fun. I would watch it, but can't watch fucking anything right now. So fucking mad about it.
Mary was threatening me with Riverdale the other night.
Oh, fuck yeah, Riverdale.
She's not threatening you with Riverdale.
That's not a threat. That's like,
we
should
all watch it.
Why don't
Threatening you with a good time.
Look, listen, I'm going to make you eat this fucking cupcake, you bitch. Oh, speaking of that, no, I do have something to talk about. I watched GCW's Backyard Wrestling on the 4th of July.
Was it as fun as it looked? Was it as fun as it looked? Because, man, it looked fun.
Was such a fun show. And it gave us the treasure of Nick Gage on commentary, dropping the gem of, I fucking love cupcakes. They're my favorite. And if anyone thinks I'm fucking soft for loving cupcakes, you can meet me in the parking lot.
Always.
I saw
that
some
show
tweets
was
from
just
that.
a joy.
I saw some tweets on that, pulled up my phone, saw it was like $14. I'm like, fuck yeah, I will watch this for $14. And that was 5 days ago, and I haven't had fucking internet yet to watch that show for $14. I'm just hanging out, not watching shit.
Janela is very drunk by the end of that show.
Oh, God.
Well, yeah.
At one point, he's just chopping a fan who said they want to get in the business.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The only thing I worry about with Joey Janela is he is the bad boy, and he does party hard. I just don't. I don't want to see anything bad happen to him. But if you can keep the gimmick going, then more power to you. But
Safely,
please be safe, my sweet boy.
Yeah, he's the safe bad boy.
Because he's also got a contract now.
Yeah.
So
because the safe boy doesn't ring the same as the bad boy,
and he's also bad at like missing flights. I've noticed. So like, I want everything to work
and
out.
you give me shit.
Yeah, I do. You know,
Joey's not Nice's business partner.
Oh my God.
If only.
You're just gonna flash?
You know, I just don't want to see anything bad happen. Like, I'm already kind of bummed that Janelope's no longer a thing, and I hope everything works out.
She moved on to a hotter dude. It's all right.
They are too hot together.
And he could really use her as a manager because he doesn't seem to have much personality going on.
Yeah, outside of hot guy who likes Harry Potter.
Yeah.
He's got a Finn Balor type hog going on, though, that Kip Sabian.
Yeah.
If you like hogs, Kip Sabian in All Elite Wrestling, check him out.
No.
And he does moves that are named after Harry Potter things, so.
All right.
Do you love hogs and Harry? Well, have we got a hairy hog for you?
Yeah, Hogwarts.
Oh,
I don't like that.
Got him.
I don't care for that one bit. Not at all.
Maybe you should stop rubbing your dick on some frogs.
God damn it.
On that note, do we want to take a break, come back, and do our pop topic?
Let's do it.
No Popcast Classic for this week. I was rushing to get the show ready to go, so just got a quick little song, minute and a half, come back, take a piss, get something to drink, and then talk about something culturally relevant at this point that we've all had some discussion.
My God, is it ever.
So, sound good?
Let's do it.
Yes.
All right, cool.
Break!
And we're back.
That song
That
was
nice. That's good. I like it.
That song was just long enough for water and barely a pee.
Yeah, I got a nice pee in.
Nice, just trailed it back to his desk.
I probably have a wet spot in my underwear right now.
I'm sorry, Barry.
Not gonna lie. And I knocked a bunch of shit over, too, as I sat down. It's like, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck.
Sorry, I knocked over the salt.
So, yeah. This was what? Zero's idea in general? The idea of the pop topic?
Zero, a while back, was like, hey, so just in case you guys don't want to turn into the fucking the list podcast, you should do this thing called Pop Topic, where you figure out a topic and everybody kind of weighs in, and all the listeners can send in their thoughts as well, and switch things up a little bit. And this week just gifted us this topic.
Just a treasure.
Yeah. If we had done a top 6 this week, we would have still probably talked for an hour and a half about this story as well.
We'd be struggling to... The show would be the exact same as it is now, and we'd just be struggling to throw a top 6 in there at the end.
Yeah. So, Kelly, since you brought it to our attention, why don't you kind of set it up?
Was it really me? Okay.
I think you're the one. You dropped a link.
That's right. Yes.
And it just so happened that Goat and I were talking about this like the week before you put the link in. So it's kind of been
Yeah. Okay. So there's this hot girl on Instagram. She's got like 4 million followers.
4 million. Like,
and
when I saw the follower count, I was like, all right. So this is no bullshit.
Yeah. And so she's like, hey, I want to make some money. How am I going to do that? I'll just sell my bathwater to nerds. And she stuck a $30 price tag on it, and the nerds bought it.
But
sold out.
But before she did that, right? She got notoriety for she's this cute girl. She does the wigs and cosplay shit, whatever. Putting her pictures up, Patreoning, where creeps just send her money to take more pictures.
Yeah.
But she also got some notoriety because at one point, and this is what Goat and I were talking about with her. She says, she puts up a post, she's like, all right, I did a little soul searching, I thought about it, and it's time. If this post gets 1 million likes, I'm going to create a Pornhub page. So immediately it gets like 2.5 million likes because creep are creeps. And so she fucking does it. She creates this Pornhub profile, puts up 5 videos, but they're all just like super innocuous. Like, nothing pornographic about them at all. Hilarious. That's what Goat and I were talking about. And like, I think she's my fucking hero because that's hilarious. Way to fucking call this creep dude, get a post with 2.5 million views. Genius. And it should be said, girl's cute. Not, kind of unremarkable as far as, there's so many cute girls on Instagram. Like, nothing super special about her until you see her in a fucking mini fridge with an octopus. And you're like, oh, this is different.
Yeah.
Jerking off the octopus.
She's a weird person.
Jose keeps saying that she jerked off the octopus, but
looks like she's jerking off that leg to me.
That's not what...
I don't think you can jerk off an octopus.
I don't think that's how legs work, Jose.
She's petting it.
If you jerk it off, it does. It doesn't matter how the leg works. What matters is she's just holding the leg and just jerking it back and forth.
Can you even stroke an octopus leg? Isn't it sticky?
She ate an egg.
Oh, this is the chick that ate the egg?
Yeah.
Kelly sent me that video.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
So you're telling me that I'm weird for thinking a chick that ate an egg who was already in a little mini fridge with the octopus. I'm weird for saying she was jerking it off.
Yeah, let's talk about that egg video.
Yes.
That's the thing.
To be clear, yes, Jose.
No.
That's the thing.
No,
you find the video.
She's just a girl. At face value, she's just another cute girl on Instagram. But like Nia said, you scratch the surface a little bit, she's fucking weird.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of weird going on.
And I'm not sure if it's just weird or if it's like performance art weird.
I think it's
genius.
that.
Yeah,
I'm a fucking genius.
Once you told us the Pornhub story, and then she's selling the bathwater, and like the videos where she's selling the bathwater, she's in the tub and she's got like the shower nozzle and she's spraying it on her privates, but she's fully clothed because this is Instagram. But then it gets to the point in the video where she like starts to pretend like she's drinking it, and she just starts drooling all over herself. She's like blah blah blah. It's like, wow, like this is a very specific lane.
Yeah, fucking nerds want my drool.
Yeah, she's just fucking blasting a road. She's blasting that lane all by her fucking self.
Yeah, but that egg video, like, so she just takes a bite out of an egg like it's an apple.
A raw egg.
A raw egg.
With shell.
Doesn't fucking flinch.
First of all, how the fuck do you even do that?
I don't know, but she didn't react to it at all.
No, because that's definitely not the weirdest shit she's had in her mouth.
If you take an egg, like if you just take a whole egg and try to crush it in your hand, you cannot crush it.
No.
Like how do you take a bite out of it?
She takes very tiny bites.
But that you can crack the top with a decent bite. But it's movie magic. It could have been pre-scored. It just like a WWE table. Like it could have, you know what I mean? We didn't see the behind the scenes.
See, I think
so she's slowly taking bites out of this egg and just eating like the yolk, and like it's fucking nothing.
And then just drools it out of her mouth.
Yeah.
She also has videos
smiling, staring you into your own soul, smiling.
Like it's kind of that video is haunting.
Yeah,
she also does this thing where she'll
half weird face that people or kids were looking at and then killing themselves after.
Oh, Momo?
Momo?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the weird face she makes at the end of the videos where she's like, meh.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's
face a
what that
lot.
video feels like. It's one of them videos you're watching that's just... It's
does
weird.
a weird face a lot. But she also has some videos where she'll... Okay, all right, comment. The first 10 people that comment on this video, I'll eat their picture. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then the next video, she's printed out the profile pictures of these fucking creeps. And she just eats the printout of these creeps' photos.
It's like that dude who was on YouTube eating a picture of Jason Segel every day until Jason Segel would eat a picture of him.
Missed that one.
The egg video, by the way, the egg video on Instagram has 4.4 million views.
Yeah,
of course it does.
It's wild because like I feel
I'm
like
a bunch of those views at this point from just showing it to people.
I definitely feel like it's a bit, but I definitely know that there's dudes getting off on this bit.
For sure.
And
it's both.
But also like how much of it is performance art and how much of it is just being a shrewd businesswoman knowing there's a market. You could kind of do some weird shit, but then also make a fuckload of money. You're selling your bathwater for $30 a bottle and you sold out? Like, this is an empire.
How do you sell out of bathwater?
She sold out
you
of
can
jars.
make more.
Yeah. What she sold out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with Kelly. She bought a certain amount of jars.
Right.
And she says, I'm going to do this many. Oh, now I'm sold out. If you guys want more, I got to buy more jars.
And you have
sold out for delivery. If you want any more, you have to come cup your hands at my apartment.
You have to limit it because you've got 4 million followers. If a quarter of those want some of
you're
your
going to be
bathwater-
taking baths forever.
Yeah, like you have to cap it at some point. And she's probably in an apartment, probably got 100 jars. So
she's 19 years old as well.
Yeah, also
which is something we're talking
19.
about.
Nobody said how long she has to be in the bath.
Okay, that's another thing.
You just fill the tub.
That's another thing. Go ahead, Niles. Go ahead.
That's another thing is Kelly linked another tweet today that was because obviously it hasn't quite hit the quote unquote mainstream media yet, but like,
it's getting there.
This is a big story on the internet to where people are finding each other and discussing it. And the
all the 4chan weirdos that got it are
But
discussing
also,
it now.
is she the first person to do this?
No.
I think she might be.
I just think because
There's
it's
no
so
way, right?
because
No, I
it's
think
so
no.
weird.
No,
and
she's not the first. She's not. There's no way this is the first chick to sell some weird dumb shit she's doing in her house.
Well, I just the bathwater in particular though.
We've known multiple chicks to sell some dumb shit they're doing in their house.
Yeah,
for sure, definitely.
So, like, because it's such a huge deal and it's becoming a viral sensation, you know, people are trying to debunk it and fucking bring her down. Obviously, there's a bunch of real petty people out there, to the point where somebody's like, I'm a molecular biologist and I tested her bathwater and there was no human DNA, so she's scamming you guys.
That guy is full of shit. Molecular
And also,
biology.
you guys, you know, since there's nothing in there, you guys could all be liable in part of a class action lawsuit if you have a receipt.
Yeah. I bet there was a shitload of receipts mailed out with their jar full of bathwater.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Like, she probably has a store, and there's probably invoices.
Oh yeah, she better be declaring all this on her taxes.
You fucking
Tell her
better.
I'll send her a calendar if she sends me a free jug of water. And I won't have it tested. I'll take it at her word.
What are you
gonna do with that water?
You buy exactly, Kelly. You buy a jar full of bathwater. What are you doing with that?
Oh, Kelly, why don't you tell us what you saw someone do with that jar of that bath water?
Oh, someone used it to boil hot dogs.
And said, like, it gave them, like, an interesting flavor.
Yeah.
But, like, you're boiling it anyhow, so you're boiling out any of the bad shit.
I have heard that the water you boil hot dogs in is very important.
Juggalo John in the chat says she has a Patreon. Boy, howdy does she, with 4,100 patrons.
God damn.
And even if every one of those people is a bronze level at $1, she's getting $4,100 a month.
Yeah.
Or a percentage of that, at least.
Rent's paid, motherfucker.
And, like, people are trying to bring her down for whatever reason. Like,
that.
posting
Genius.
pictures of her when she was, you know, in the middle of puberty with terrible pimples and braces and, you know, not super hot. But then, you know, this is all a fantasy. This is all, even though she's not using, like, Snapchat filters, like, this is all a ruse. And the more we all kind of agree upon that we can deal with something when it's a ruse sometimes. You know, just fucking go do you, Belle Delphine, is what I say.
Goddamn right. Yeah, my brother Luke and I were talking this at the party because she came up. And my brother and I said the exact same fucking things. If there was a market, you told me that I could sell my fucking bathwater to creepy dudes to jerk off in for $30 a pop, I'd be doing that shit. I'd be doing the podcast from a tub for the rest of my fucking life.
Yeah.
Like, you have to get used to just ambient splashing while I'm doing the podcast.
One of the running themes on Your Mom's House right now is, you know, selling panties. Like, every woman should be selling their used panties. It's leaving money on the table if you're not.
Oh, absolutely.
I've been trying to get Nicole to set up an Instagram for her feet for 3 weeks, and she won't do it. Like, come on. Come on. Bless your toes. I'll make $1,000 a month. Real money.
At 4 million followers on Instagram, you're getting, someone is paying you ad revenue for that. Somehow. Who knows?
If
but
not,
even then,
then they will be.
You're making your poster money and your Patreon money and your
I'll tell you who's not
money.
sponsoring her. Octopuses.
Octopi.
You are so hung up on this.
The Octopi Coalition of the world does not see her as a friend.
Yeah, getting that SeaWorld sponsorship, huh?
The Octopi Coalition of the world does not see her as a friend? I thought she was jerking them off.
Yeah, it's all good until you put googly eyes on somebody. How would
pretty
you
friendly to me.
Would you feel degraded if somebody put googly eyes on you? And then
This all goes back to the real Popcast classic about Jose being super angry about hand jobs.
Look, you can put whatever googly eyes and jerk me off, whatever you want when I'm dead. I don't care.
Yeah, I assume she bought that octopus at a seafood store of some sort.
Or is it a blood octopus?
You can... What?
Like blood diamonds.
Blood diamonds?
Yeah, when we initially started talking about Belle Delphine, Jose went real unwoke uncle. I don't like what these kids are doing today.
Well, it's fucking... I mean, come on. Like, okay, let me ask you this.
Okay.
How would
Only
you
nice.
feel if you walked in and caught your son buying this bathwater?
Not great. This is a fucking dummy.
How old is my son?
28.
If I walk in, man can do whatever he wants.
Why is Nice's son older than me?
If I walk in on my 28-year-old,
he said 28.
Nice had a son older than me. All right.
And he lives with Nice. And he buys bottles of bathwater and watches women jerk off octopi.
Well, I think in this very specific situation, this is a symptom of a bigger problem.
Yeah.
I think.
Am I Nice's son?
Yes,
I'm just saying.
Does Jose
Okay.
think I bought this?
I mean, I think. I mean, if this is your bag, it's weird.
Oh yeah, it's weird. Sure.
Yeah.
But like,
I wouldn't tell anyone to buy it.
You got to think there's definitely different levels of people buying this bathwater. There's the dudes that are. Yeah, I feel like there's the dudes that are just going to use it to jerk off, and then there's the people that are like fans,
business.
like
There's
legit,
definitely like meme lords.
legit fans.
How do you use water to jerk? It's using water to jerk off.
All right, Jose, have you ever heard of depth charges?
What? Go on.
I have not. Let's hear this, Kelly.
Oh, depth charge is when you come underwater. So what you would do in this
It's a
case
side effect
is,
of my medicine.
yeah, it's just like open the thing and like when you're about to go, you just put it in the cup.
Yeah.
You put it in the
okay.
cup.
Yeah, it's like it's a better version of that dude's box that he had.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a definitely better version of that dude's box.
I feel like they just unscrew the top and they just kind of stick it in and soak it in there for like 10 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Soak it, pour
Like
it on
the
your
Mormons.
head, pour it down your chest like candle
Boil a
wax.
hot dog?
Yeah.
Or do you or somebody think like you're saving it for like maybe you got a marathon coming up?
Or you make a bunch of ice cubes.
An
There you
ice
go.
cube. You just
Wanna-
sip it a little bit like a sipping whiskey, just a little.
Oh yeah, every now and then, like take it out on special occasions.
Right?
Let me break out the good bathwater.
Yeah, it's like when Donnie was talking about how he had all the Ecto Cooler that he drinks when he's had a bad day. You know, you keep your Belle
Daddy
Delphine.
got a raise. Break out that butt bathwater.
See, you're
It's so
selling
weird as
yourself
fuck.
on it.
It's weird as fuck. It is odd.
Oh, it was
behavior.
definitely weird. Like,
Yeah, there's no disputing that it's weird.
But
Yeah.
respect the game.
I completely respect the
Respect.
game.
I mean, if you have found something that
But
you
you
can
see,
sell to
if
people-
my 28-year-old son, who's older than I am, bought a bottle of Gamer Girl bathtub water, I would be more okay with that than them going into the grocery store and licking things of ice cream.
Yeah.
But isn't that like the next step?
If
Is
they're
it
licking the
bathwater,
thing, no,
gateway
no.
drugs, the licking things.
No, that's way
that's
way more.
Yeah.
That's a different.
That's the
corner
gateway
of the internet.
drug argument, and I've never done cocaine, so.
Yeah. No, that's. Gamer Girl bathwater, I'd shake my head. I see you licking ice cream, I'm taking my belt off.
Who's looking shit? What the fuck's happening?
You haven't
that's
heard
right,
about
Lee,
this,
you
Lee?
don't
He doesn't have the internet. He doesn't know.
Oh, yeah.
God damn it.
People are going around licking ice cream in the stores.
Bluebell ice cream specifically doesn't have any sort of, like, safety seal.
Oh,
So-
fuck.
So there's this video of, it's a chick,
Yeah.
goes into this, I think it's in Texas, goes into the grocery store, grabs a jug of the Bluebell ice cream, takes the lid off, licks it, puts the lid back on, and puts it back in the freezer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really
So
upsetting.
beers, queers, and ice cream lickers. That's what.
Yep.
And then
she's catching a charge, and I hope she goes away for many, many years.
Yeah, because it's like product tampering.
Oh yeah.
It's almost like a
felony.
It's
That's fucking gross.
It's got like a 20-year sentence
Yeah.
that comes
Yeah.
with it.
That might be a little
That's
extreme for
okay.
licking some ice cream.
Nah.
Well, talk
nah.
about extremely. They have armed guards guarding the ice creams in Texas.
oh,
Fuck out of my face.
come
What?
on.
Well, I mean, it's Texas.
Texas,
they were probably already
but-
on to begin with.
Yeah, they just got guards and they just happen to be armed because what else would they be?
I think 20 years is light.
Well,
trying to upset the sanctity of ice cream.
next time I'm near you, Kelly, I'm licking everything you eat. So
No, well, that's fine. I know you.
Yeah, but he's got
Like a
kids.
pet.
They got all kinds of germs.
I'm getting strangers to lick everything you eat.
Oh, I don't
I'm
like
very
that.
charming. I can do it.
That's true. You could.
So along with the general topic of the Belle Delphine hustle, is what can we sell?
Pubes.
Sell Jose's bathwater. Jose, you got a tub in this new place?
Yes, he does.
Fuck,
All
can I
right.
get a tub?
Fill that shit up.
Yep.
You already got your hands
Oh,
up.
I can sell my head shavings.
Absolutely, 100%. Absolutely. And you know what? It's worth mentioning that there is zero, and I mean zero, translation to like a female version of this. Because yeah, we could sell our fucking pubes and our head shavings, but you know who'd buy it? Creepy fucking dudes. Because there's no woman in her right mind that's like, oh yeah, I want to buy some of this fucking dude's bathwater. Like that
I don't know.
doesn't exist.
What's the J-pop group, the K-pop group?
Oh, those guys.
K2 Bang?
They could probably sell some bathwater. That's a good. They could sell some bathwater.
Right.
Yeah.
There's definitely female fanatics.
Well, yeah, we're also not on their level of like.
We're not beautiful Asian boys.
Okay,
Right.
okay. Well, I mean,
Yeah. Because that's the other thing is it's not like, at least in presentation, she's a dog.
right.
You know what I mean? She has a sexual appeal to her. She is in a bathing suit. She is half showing you what she ate for lunch.
But say we have a Belle Delphine following level size of people that just not necessarily are fucking into us sexually, but are just big fans and are looking to spend their money on something real interesting.
On something we bathe in.
Anything.
Hypothetically.
Like what?
Population, let us know if you're into us sexually and willing to spend money on things we bathed in.
Okay, let me. I'll give you my idea, and this is just for. It is very on brand.
I think we should all spit in a cup and give it and sell it.
Nice just really wants Eric Magnus to buy his
You're going to end up framed for a goddamn murder. We're going to find our DNA everywhere.
All right, I have an envelope on my dresser with 4 of my teeth. Who wants it?
How much?
How much? Yeah, how much?
Bidding starts at $10. No, $20. $5 a tooth.
Oh, get out of here! You gotta start lower than that.
They're
I'd be
big ass
more
wisdom
willing.
teeth.
I'd be more willing to buy these teeth if you didn't want to sell them, Kelly.
So say I had 4 million Instagram followers, just doing the same shit that I do currently. As far as on-brand shit, wacky shit that I could sell, that I think people would be interested in buying is fucking wear a sweatband headband all day.
There you go.
Oh,
you know,
yeah, like a convention headband.
Hey, convention headband. At the end of the day, either get a little sponge or get a little jar, like a little eyedropper jar, and just squeeze the headband out into that. Like, come on, that's a one of a kind collector's item right there.
Yeah,
leaving money on the table right there, man.
Yeah.
What if it's like actual real bathwater, like we get all dirty and we take like a real bath,
like together.
and
We just call it Popcast Stew.
Well,
This is what we're doing in New Hampshire this weekend.
Yeah, like
we're
when-
all just taking a communal bath.
when I initially brought it up, Lee was like, "Well, if it's our bathwater, like we just fill the jars with regular water, and then just every so often just pluck a pube in there, just to let it float, just to give it a little bit more realism."
Yeah, so if I pluck the thigh hair off and drop it in there, it's as good as a certificate of authenticity. Like it's the same shit.
Lee, when we go to Japan in 2 years, we'll go to the onsen. We'll get in some real good bathwater.
100%, absolutely. That nice hot spring going on would be good.
Yep.
Well, we don't get caught trying to bring it back across the country.
That's true.
It's a hot commodity. You may have to check that into customs.
Yeah.
What, my pubes?
That your bathwater? What's the value?
That's true.
Lee just standing at the customs counter with a bag full of his pubes, trying to explain it.
Well, you see, I'm gonna sell these.
Not understanding the problem.
You asked if I had anything to declare, and boy howdy, do I have some declarations to make.
I declare this idea is genius.
For Lee, he wouldn't be able to do volume, which is a detriment. But I feel like you'd be able to get a good bang for your buck if Lee just took like a body waxing strip and put it on his soul patch, and then shaved his soul patch off, so you have a perfect Lee soul patch, like on a piece of strip.
Ooh. Make it
Like
wearable.
I know.
Wearable.
Like a little Lee soul patch merkin.
Yeah, just make little real Lee soul patches that you can get and put on.
Next year at Toy Fair, Lee and I'll make sure we'll put in a lint trap in the shower and wherever our hotel is, and just collect all of it.
Oh God, you don't want to.
He
You
and I
don't want to
both
do
have
that.
a lot of fur to share, so we'll save it up and see what we can make out of it.
Man.
Yeah, so I'll just do like a light shave, and then I'll go get some of those. I'll go to the dollar store and get some of those Willy Willies, and I'll just bust them open and put my shavings in there. You make little decorations with his eyes and shit.
There we go.
Now he's got a mustache. Look at his eyebrows. Yeah, I think it's good.
Now.
Jose.
And then
Jose
next time
would
Kelly
be.
goes to the doctor, next time he goes to the doctor, Kelly will get half a shot and pass out. And we'll just be there to catch whatever little trickle of blood comes out. And that's the real collector's item right there.
Oh my God!
There you go.
Yeah.
Put it into pens like Stan Lee.
That's right.
There we go. Wait, Stan Lee has blood pens?
You don't remember that when the whole Stan Lee controversy was going down? One of his representatives was stealing his blood and putting it in pens.
Oh,
and selling the
that's
pens.
right.
For Jose, I think what you would need to do, this would probably have some problems with some state laws.
It's vape related, isn't it?
No, resin. Like you scrape out whatever pipe or whatever he's using currently, and you get a little bit of that.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little. Like you get a little one hit out of it.
Yeah.
Prison?
That's what I'm saying. Like the laws would have to.
I got a plan. Prison.
I got a
That'll
plan.
do
Let's
it.
write off Jose.
Nice's plan to get people sexually interested in Jose is to send him to prison.
Well, I did say on commentary, Nick Gage is just Jose if we went to prison.
You keep saying sexually interested. I was like, did I sound like that when I said it?
You sure did.
You sure did. I also appreciated when you referred to them, when you were talking about her filming the video, you referred to her as her privates. Like she's your daughter.
Well, I mean, she's fucking 19, man.
She's your daughter now. Her and Rhea Ripley are your daughters.
Oh, did you see my daughter? My daughter's got a chocolate boyfriend.
Oh, does she? I missed that.
She sure does. Let me see if I can find that.
Oh yeah, she's got to restructure that image, right? What'd she say? Oh no, never mind. She didn't say that.
Yeah, you would think she would be dating a gay guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it said I'm gonna turn him straight.
Yeah, she kind of came out of that unscathed, learned a lesson, and
Yeah, shockingly so.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Oi, oi, oi!
God damn it. Oh man. So yeah.
So what would I would buy something of Mahoney's, definitely. What you got, Mahoney? What you got for sale?
Toenail clipping.
No, I'm gonna sell all you my grass.
Okay. All right.
What I'm gonna do
what kind of
is my long and successful history of selling people my garbage.
You got the Maui Wowie growing out there?
I just put that shit on eBay, drop more garbage in the box, tape it up, and mail it out.
I'm in.
It's an age of goddamn wonders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, respect the hustle. So everyone aside from a touch of Jose on board for the Belle Delphine hustle.
No, I got no beef with the hustle. I just think it's weird as fuck.
Oh, it's super fucking weird. So I was talking to Nicole about
and
it.
Leave the octopuses out of it.
I was talking to Nicole about it. And, I'm saying a lot of the same shit I am here. Just singing this girl's praises because I think it's genius because, fucking dudes are creeps and she's making mad money off these fucking weird, creepy dudes. And she's like, yeah, I guess. I'm like, what the fuck you mean you guess? This is brilliant. She goes, yeah, but how'd you feel if Zoe was doing this? And I'm like, huh. Well, wouldn't be thrilled.
Yeah.
But respect that hustle.
But you gotta respect the hustle. Exactly.
I feel like
bringing in $4,000 a month on Patreon for doing fucking nothing. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. On one hand, yeah, definitely respect the hustle, but then on the other hand, I'd probably flip a coin as to whether or not she had a strong father figure in her life growing up.
I mean, could be a little bit of that. I think it's one of those things where, no one, yeah, this would be awesome. But I think of doing worse things as a kid. She could definitely be doing worse things.
Yeah, because,
Dad could see on Instagram.
What we're finding with a lot of these Instagram personalities, like your Bunny Ayumis and your swimsuit succubuses and your Belle Delphines, is they don't really do smut. It's all implied, heavily implied for the most part, but even on their private Patreons, they usually don't go full on porno. So I kind of
no, they're never going to go porno. At most you'll see tits, nips, underwear. You probably see titties before you see.
But the thing, a lot of them don't. But to his point, though, a lot of them don't even show nips. It's all just implied.
Well, yeah, but they got the big three.
And sometimes, and not for nothing, a lot of times the photos are good. They're good quality, well taken pictures.
Well, they better have a budget by now. $4,000 a month. Fuck you.
See, but some of them don't. That's the thing. That's part of the hustle that you gotta respect. Taking the money, investing into it, and making a quality product out of it. It's
making quality spit bathwater.
yeah. That video was in focus and very well HD. She set it up. It's a good shot. Well composed, Jose. And she cocks her eyes and dribbles into her cup.
Blah, 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 blah. I took a look at her Instagram page. That first time.
You know what crossover we need? Belle Delphine and Superhuman.
Poor Superhuman got injured. He's been out of action for a couple of weeks.
It's astounding that this is the first real injury.
I opened up Belle Delphine's Instagram page the first time, and I'm looking at it, and I'm taking it all in, and it felt like, you remember in RoboCop where they had the fucking weird ass commercials?
Yeah,
the almost nearing post-apocalyptic type shit.
All the satire stuff.
This feels like entertainment we would see in a sci-fi movie. Of what people watch in the future.
Who bang octopuses.
Yeah, this is what, all the big networks have fallen by the wayside. And it's just social media now and people with their own pages. That's programming. And,
This is what they watch after something that we all call the event happened.
Right! Belle Delphine is prime time post-apocalyptic viewing, or Blade Runner type shit.
You're not wrong about that. It's
progress.
Interesting. I'm not mad about it. I celebrate her entire catalog.
I'm more mad at the people that are just trying to bring her down for petty,
fuck that.
jealous reasons.
Nah, people are assholes.
Go get it, girl. But I would hope my kid is not one to buy it.
Your 38-year-old son.
But what
I
if
do not want my middle-aged 48-year-old son buying.
What if it's something they enjoy? Look at it this way.
Almost 50.
So we got together this past
Saliva
weekend.
water makes him Benjamin Button, and he tries to stay away from it.
I just want my middle-aged son to be living at home, refusing to sell his futon. Okay, that's all I'm asking for.
We got
together. No, he's trying his best to sell the fucking futon, but nobody will come and get it.
Well, I'm not gonna sell it for a fucking discount.
You want to talk about somebody that could sell their sweat?
Oh, turbo that.
Some of that hypohidrosis just open up the floodgates, man. Just blah blah blah. So we got together with my folks
on the table
this past weekend to celebrate both Mary and I's birthdays because her birthday was yesterday. So we got together to do dinner and hang out and all that. And apropos of nothing, because they got us luggage for our birthdays because we got a couple trips coming up. And
yeah, that's a fucking wonderful gift.
Apropos of nothing, my dad's like, you know what? I know your Amazon list is full of toys and stuff, but I'm not going to get you any toys anymore. And I'm just kind of like,
what the fuck?
Fucking why? I literally said to him, like, I like them. I enjoy them. I've always been into toys. You know this. And toys have never been better. So, like, you just don't want to buy me toys anymore just because you don't want to? I was like, okay, like, that's fine. That's your prerogative. But, like, it's what I like. So
fine, Dad, buy me some Bathwater.
Yeah, so Jose, if your son is into Belle Delphine and wants to buy her Bathwater, if that brings them joy, if that sparks joy,
No, then we need to have a talk. And why does somebody else's Bathwater bring you joy?
But you're not
going on
because Dad, depth charges.
You're not going to take any explanation.
There's a whole lot more to unpack with. Because here's the thing. That guy doesn't just have her Bathwater.
Yeah, there's a lot more to.
Yeah, he's got a box full of panties, and he's got the shavings. He's got more shit going on.
Oh, I thought you meant he had the bathwater of many people. Like he was trying to create a mixed bathtub.
He may have that as well. The ultimate bath.
It's the Ted Gein of Bathwater.
Ted Gein.
Someday I shall have an entire bath made of the baths of others.
I'd wash me.
It's like a mother bath, like when people make sourdough bread and they have a starter from like 100 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's definitely way more upsetting to be like, yeah, my kid buys 19-year-old girls bath water on the internet versus my kid buys Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I mean, but upsetting is subjective. Like, maybe it's just a bit.
I subjectively would like my son to not be into that.
I'll ask my parents tomorrow if they'd be upset with me if I bought some.
I mean, but also there's the whole thing, like, if it is a sex thing,
like,
if it's a
do what
sex
you're gonna
thing,
do with it.
Keep your sex things to yourself.
Yeah.
Like, no
it's
matter
definitely
what,
a sex thing.
no matter what, don't be like, don't be buying whatever your sex thing is in a position
check out this water I bought from me,
where
so
your parents can just walk in on you. Like, don't ever like, oh yeah, my folks are over there visiting, but I need to go make a purchase right now.
Like, listen. From 9 to 10:30, I needed to be fucking quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus
I'm gonna go make a depth charge, okay, Mom? See you later.
Don't Google it. Whatever you do, don't Google it.
But when my dad was like, I don't want to buy toys anymore, like, I had to grit my teeth and bite my tongue and be like, cool, so you won't be getting any more of these stupid Funko Pops, huh?
That is some silver lining shit right there, man.
Because if you're gonna make a stand like that, be like, no more toys, then you better stick to it. You better not go off the reservation and get me some shit that I don't even have on my Amazon list.
Some dumb shit?
Yeah, some fucking Funko Pops. I hate them.
I think you just need to make your Amazon list worse. Be like, fine, no toys. Let me make it something you want to buy.
You should just make it like just fleshlights and bathwater.
I mean, I've already done the
albums.
I've already done the bad Amazon list bit.
It specifically has to be a black fleshlight.
He'll really like that.
The black mouth.
Yeah. The black male mouth with the gold teeth.
Yes.
They call that a flesh jack.
Yeah, I already did the gimmicky Amazon list, and my mother-in-law called my bluff.
Aww. You got that shit.
Yeah, it was great. It was fantastic.
What was it?
Well, that was fun. That was
fun.
A nice change.
That was good. That's good. Got to get with it, Jose. You're the odd man out.
Out of what? No, I'm saying, cool. I mean, get that money, trick these nerds. But
Jose, I'm gonna buy you a bottle for Christmas.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Jose, I'm gonna make you a bottle for Christmas.
Everyone knows a gift is more special if you make it, really.
That's true. Why don't we all make Jose a bottle?
Yeah. Here's the thing. Everyone, get yourselves a bottle, any kind, fill it with something, mail it to Jose.
Hey, but I'm not paying for it.
No, it's all free. But you have to open them on the air and decide what it is.
And also, they all have to come from. No, we all do the bathwater, right? But they all come to me first, and then I send one box to Jose with all the bathwaters in it. All right, you guess which one is mine. Which one's Mahoney?
Like a blind taste test.
This is just a bottle of Pepsi.
So you got to boil a bunch of hot dogs and eat a hot dog for every one. Then you just find out which one's which. Yeah, part of Midsummer, that fucking movie, a chick gave a dude a pie that had some of her pubes in it.
Nice.
As part of a spell.
Why?
Oh, a spell like they were witches?
That movie's fucking dumb, you guys. And then later on, they put him in a bear and set him on fire. That guy had a rough weekend.
So it kind of sounds like.
So he was the pubes in the pie then, but the pie was a bear.
At that point, he does become the pubes.
Human pubes and a bear pie.
And the house, the barn they burned down is the oven.
When he finds out there's pubes,
the barn is him.
What a great metaphor.
The movie was garbage, you guys. All right. What are we doing next week?
Really, it's just all about the pie inside of us.
Well, next week, next Tuesday specifically, I know I will still be in New Hampshire.
Next Tuesday will be making Bathwater.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Forgot about that.
And then me and Mary fly out Wednesday.
Tuesday after that is San Diego Comic-Con will have just ended, and with any luck, we'll know all of the Marvel movies coming out.
Well, I think that's perfect then. We fucking take a week off.
Next week, live from the tub.
We come back, we talk FriendCon, we catch up, and we talk San Diego.
I like it. That's what we'll do.
I thought San Diego already happened.
Nope.
It's like last year.
Why? Yeah. Just because we had the NECA exclusives?
Yeah, I thought that was during it.
No.
The real San Diego was inside us all along.
That's true. Just like the pies.
San Diego is almost always the end of July.
If you're hearing my voice and you're thinking about doing that Halo.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about. I was wanting you to recap that on the show a little bit, especially
Halo
since they
Outpost.
didn't give us press passes. So why don't you drag them a little bit?
Don't do it.
I didn't realize Jose was that into Halo.
Yeah. So what was this, Jose?
It's more our buddy, and we were all going to go, and the goal was okay, cool. we'll get a press pass and we'll all go. He's a big Halo fan, so we'll have him roll the Halo convention in style, run some backstage shit, let him do a couple interviews, just be, put together a little pop video. Nothing back from the press pass. Don't hear nothing. So then now it gets, the night before, whatever, I'll buy the ticket because obviously we're not getting.
And I was thinking this was like the Halo Con that Microsoft put together, and it was Orlando was the one stop. But you said it's more like a traveling event,
right? But I thought everything you said, we all thought
the same.
We all knew it was a traveling thing. It was a 5-city stop, but we were all expecting that. Yes, we were expecting that. And it was fucking not. It was.
And what'd you say? It was like $60 for one day?
$70. $70 for a one-day pass that I paid for. I would have paid $25 to $30. I wouldn't be bitching so much. But $70, you stole my fucking money.
Yeah.
Because it was like, so you walk in, they have this whole app thing where, you sign in with the app and
of
you
course
can play around with, they had display cases set out. And if you held your phone up to it, it had like a AR thing where something would come up and give you info or show you a picture of something. So that was cool.
Master Chief would pop up and try and sell you his bathwater.
Yeah. But what they don't tell you, well, depending on what line you were in, is the convention center doesn't have internet, like signal, in the room that it's in. So you better download this app before you go in, or it doesn't work.
Well, that's garbage.
We go in, and there's like a drop ship simulator, which is pretty much, it's like a big storage crate that they put seats in, and I guess they play a video and it shakes and it simulates you dropping down like you're starting the mission of a game. So I guess that was cool, but it always had a line. They had a playing area, PC and console. You can play each Halo. They had a little small stage, and then they had like laser tag. They had a little target practice thing with like a Nerf gun.
Was that stuff included in the ticket, or was that extra?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, this is what was all in the room.
Well, that's good that at least you weren't getting stuck up for more money after that.
But the merch was very underwhelming, which is dumb because these Halo nerds were thirsty. All you had to do was give them a cup, and they were ready to drink. And their merch was kind of not good. And then they had like, they do those little mini blocks, not the Legos, but the other brand.
The Mega Constructs, yeah.
Mega Blocks.
Yeah, they do a bunch of Halo. So they had all of those. I guess they're on like their 10th year anniversary of doing those or something. So they had.
Yeah, they've been doing those a while now.
Kind of like that. Remember that Power Rangers 20-year display they had where they had like all the figures.
Yeah.
I think New York Comic Con did that, or was it a Toy Fair thing? Either way, they had one of those with like all the one of everything that they've ever made, but you couldn't buy anything there. They weren't for sale. It was just look at this stuff. And then they had a couple racks of like Halo paintings, 10 total, spread out like 2 or 3 on each rack, but those weren't for sale. And then all of a sudden you turn around and then they got a fucking booth selling some Pokemon shit and another booth selling weird leather-bound journals. And those were the only two like booths that were there. So that was weird.
So there wasn't like a vendor area besides those two booths?
See, but here's the thing, is it's not a convention whatsoever. But they mask it like they don't necessarily go out and tell you it's not a convention. But like, and go to the website. A lot of the pictures of like what's going on there are all computer simulated pictures of it. Which makes sense because if you saw the real picture of what was going on, you probably would not have went.
So it's more of an experience, kind of along the lines of when they would do
that Marvel one, a shitty version of that Marvel experience,
or like the zombie shit, the Walking Dead shit that they had on the the battleship that one time.
Well, yeah, but that was cool. Yeah, but that was what it was. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like that didn't sell you as something different. That was you do a zombie run on the Intrepid.
Yeah.
But this was, and they did it at the Orlando Convention Center. Like you do it at the convention center, you set up your thing like a convention center, but it was not a convention. So people were expecting
Comic-Con,
a Halo convention.
Yeah.
Like Nate, I told Nate, you walked out the same way I walked out of Suicide Squad. Like I talked that thing up so hard before it came out. I was so on board, so behind it, and just hurt by the time we were leaving. And so then they had like this ring experience. So we waited, not knowing that the line was going to be fucking 2 hours long.
No.
Yes. So we're there, and we finally get there. 2 hours later, sorry. So we go in. They hand you a headset. There's 3 little rooms, and each room you go through has a different color. You pick the color, and it reads you off something. So we walked into the first room. They pull back the curtain. Ta-da! It's like a replica of the ring, stationary on a post, standing up. And we're
Like a statue?
Cool. So now what? So now we sit in this room for 5 minutes and listen to audio, which pretty much felt like they turned on the first Halo game, recorded the intro dialogue, and then made us listen to it.
Oh my God.
And then at one point, the lady was like referencing this new spaceship they're introducing into the universe. And they said, if you turn behind, you can see this spaceship. We turn around, and it's a fucking fabric graphic that you're telling me to look at.
Oh
like
my
God.
God.
You incorporated that into the story. Are you fucking kidding me? So then we go into the second room, and it's a life-size replica of like a little bot from the game, which was actually cool. And this one spun. So they're up in the level. But still, I waited an hour for that, for shit that should have just been out there for me to look at. And then they had like a dome video that you went into, and it was It was very heartbreaking and disappointing. I'll put it that way.
He took
because there was some cool elements to it, and they were there. And then they had like some of the employees, they were all wearing like Halo, not gear, but like the dudes were in like a SWAT outfit, and then they had some that looked like they were scientists. But they should have played it up more and made the whole experience more like a museum. Like you're going through like maybe that Captain America museum from Civil War, and treat it like Halo really happened. And, because they kept telling you, oh, well, we have here is a replica. So you're kind of putting me in this experience where I'm supposed to pretend this is, I'm in the Halo universe, but all you're showing me is replicas. Instead, like, feed into the story and say, here's this taken from the battle of this, and then give me a little story. Don't tell me it's a replica gun of this. Like, pick a reality and stick with it. It's fucking shitty.
He took a GoPro and an A6000 and a new little rig that we got for the A6000.
I was ready to go crazy. I was excited.
He said, yeah, I'm going to shoot some shit and see if we can put together a video. I'm messaging with him after the show. I was like, how was it? And he was like, there will be no video.
Because fuck.
That sucks,
so it's
man.
sad. It's sad because it could be something. And all this was a fucking deliberate money grab. And they just didn't deliver with $70. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I almost told him no.
I almost slapped him.
Like, you know who I am?
Oh my God.
See, you get spoiled. You don't pay for conventions anymore, and then you get robbed for $70. That's karma.
Oh, yeah. And you were real optimistic that you were going to be getting some behind-the-scenes footage.
Well, yeah, but now it makes more sense. They probably didn't answer any.
No.
Like I wouldn't even have put on the website we were doing press passes.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like the whole website, like they hyped it and showed it like it was gonna be
it looks
show,
legit.
not necessarily Comic-Con level or Star Wars Celebration level. And here's the other thing: is like they have a new game coming out for the new systems. It's like zero information about the game. Like it definitely did not feel. It felt like Microsoft had no idea this was happening.
Jesus Christ!
If you asked anybody at Microsoft, "Hey, what's up with that Halo Outpost?" They'd be like, "What?"
Say what?
And like then they cut to a smash cut of somebody opening the storage and half the shit's missing. With like an IOU note with a heart. It was sad. It was very disappointing because I thought it was going to be cool. And, you know, Nate was all excited because it was the first time like a video game had its own thing. You know, you got E3, you got PAX, but this was Halo doing their own thing. And it was so not good.
Man,
that sounds really upsetting.
I am so thankful I stayed home.
The night before, he's like, "All right, let's go. Leaving at 9. Going to be there from 10 to 7. Let's go." By like 11, we're like, "Oh fuck!" And we got there at 10:30.
Oh. God.
Yeah, but I was not going to be the first to say something because this was not my thing. This wasn't my gig. So I waited until the man of the hour was like, "All right, this is bullshit.
This fucking
I was
sucks."
like, "Oh Jesus, let me tell you." But you know, it was 4 of us. We didn't do it alone, so there was, you know, we still had fun in the garbage, but it definitely was not a fun time.
Jose's goal for the day was to keep making making references to Star Wars.
Yeah,
because they were with 2 other nerds that like maybe not might get the joke or not.
Yeah, you know, they take things serious. So I like. I don't know if you know this about me. If there's a bear, I like to poke it. I don't know. Call it my rebellion side of me. I don't know. Call it my.
It's a personality flaw for sure.
My bathwater.
Let's not throw around words like flaw.
It's a bit of a rascal.
Yeah.
So like I walked out. Like, the first thing I said was, "Fucking stormtroopers aren't green." And then we're in line. And I was like, "So Tommy," because he was the one of them was like, "Ask me anything about Star Trek."
Tommy.
Like, oh yeah. Who has more force, Kirk or Spock? And his eyes did not look fun.
He's like, but what?
Yeah.
That's fucking funny.
So whenever I could, I'd drop it in. I was like, wait, but what about that time Master Chief force choked that guy? That was fun.
Well, shit, man. It's not like you kind of had to make your own fun of this fucking thing. So.
Yeah, no shit. I paid $70. It hurt.
That's a fucking bummer.
Save the receipt.
Oh, yeah, no shit. I'm writing that fucker out somehow. Best believe that motherfucker.
Research. And the research was bad. We
Yeah.
want to...
like, I'm telling you, the biggest 2 things that I can say, Suicide Squad, it's that feeling, and that feeling when we went and saw that Michael Jackson tribute band.
And
like,
also the Queen tribute band. But Michael Jackson more than the Queen one.
The Queen
Michael Jackson
tribute
one was the
band.
worst, because at least they were, like, the ones that weren't good were Queen. Like,
Right.
at least they were a band. But this guy wasn't even... The guy that ruined the show wasn't even Michael.
Right.
Fucking white dude who couldn't get off the stage.
I'd like it better if you didn't like the Queen cover band because it was like of actual queens. like the Hall of Presidents, but just queens.
That's funny. Fucking Queen cover band, and they're just like actual historical queens.
Or they're all just kick-ass musicians who are also drag queens.
I gotta say, Jose, nothing makes me feel less funny than you straight facing me with "That's funny."
I like the idea. I think it's fucking. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, it wasn't so much.
We'll churn out some cover bands.
Yeah, it wasn't so much that he thought it was funny. It was that he thought it was a good idea, and he was like, "How could we make this work?"
I fucking like it. I'm in.
All right, let's talk comic books. Get the fuck out of here.
The problem with comic books is the ink comes off on your hands. Every time you turn the page, you have to wash your hands.
I was trying to find the comic sounder where Kelly says that he F's KIDS.
No, I don't. Kelly F's K's.
Especially since we were just talking about Michael Jackson, but I couldn't find it.
I mean, yeah, that is perfect.
I deleted it.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Google ass bitch.
So I didn't get a chance to read any comic books this week because I had any fucking internet, as you might have noticed.
You don't need internet to read comics. They're made out of paper and
Yeah, but
staples.
physical media.
I can't download my comics. I need my comic books.
Download my comics to read with my hand.
I mean, but I will say this: I did. I'm going through. Oh shit! I missed this Sabrina thing. This Sabrina thing. This monster.
You keep greasing up the tablet when you're trying to read the comics with your
I do have to have like a little wipe in my pocket to wipe it off.
It's like rubbing sausages
It's just like that. It's just like that. That's not wrong. But I got this fucking Sabrina thing. This monster-sized Sabrina. And I'm like, wait a minute.
That's just stuff you've already read.
This seems real fucking. Wait. Oh god damn it! Like it's like it was 6, 7, and 8.
Yeah.
Which I got excited. Oh, cool. 6, 7, 8. Maybe they're brand new. No, that's the shit that we've already read before.
Yeah, that's stuff you've read already.
With no 9 in sight. So
yeah.
Like, fuck. They got me.
Yeah, no, those issues are out of print and there's no trade for them, so they did that.
Hell, maybe there would be a trade for them if they finished the fucking story. That's how I feel about it. God damn it. Yeah, that's it. I got nothing else that's not from like 2 weeks ago. Although I will say, just on that subject, War of the Realms was fucking rad. The way that it ended.
That was good.
And it was.
Did you read Power Rangers though?
You know what I did? It was great.
Yeah, it's back to normal.
Yeah, it's really good. Like it's really good, and they got the. I like that they threw like the last few pages of the Beyond the Grid story in there too, which. Because at this point it's been a while, so definitely welcome. It's great. Like it's really, really good, and really just kind of shows how not good it had been for a while.
Yeah.
And more than that, just the wasted potential of it because it could have been great.
Yeah, it could have been really cool,
but it really wasn't. We got fucking. Turns out I like. Just seeing what different artists do with like a Lord Zed, because he was in that Justice League miniseries they did, now in this, and like he's such a cool design that it's a lot of fun watching people draw him, and so I'm glad he's in this book now. Pretty good stuff. Good times. Yeah, that's all I got. What you got, Kelly?
Let's see. Immortal Hulk came out, and that was good as always because Immortal Hulk is fucking really good.
I bet it was.
And
so sad.
Oh, the first issue of that new Lois Lane book came out, and that was pretty cool.
Oh, she just draining threes?
Yeah. She's just challenging Jimmy Olsen to one-on-one constantly.
They play a game of horse.
And Jimmy Olsen's just like, no, I'm too busy fucking in this other book.
Jimmy Olsen's just dunking.
Yeah.
So what is the Lois Lane book?
It's pretty much Lois in Trump's America.
Okay.
Like the first issue pretty much ends with her being thrown out of the press secretary's office for asking too many good questions.
Hey man, I read comics to get away from the real world. Can we not have politics on our comics these days? Come on.
Shut up, Trump voter.
Eat shit, MAGA turd.
Yeah.
Go back to Daytona Beach.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been just playing a whole shit ton of Judgment on the PS4. About 18 hours into that game, It's just a Yakuza game, but with detective-y shit, and I love it so much.
That's funny, because when we were talking about Belle Delphine, Jose was playing a game of Judgment.
He was. I've reached the point in the game where now, unlike the Yakuza games, you can get yourself a girlfriend. Oh? Been texting with this one girl a whole lot.
Do you get to see her private parts?
Maybe.
My God.
Right now, we're just trying to navigate the whole situation because she's got a contract with a music group, and the contract says that she can't be in any kind of relationship until she's 27.
Yeah. When she's old enough to realize if she needs to buy bathwater on her own or not.
Yeah. So we're sneaking around right now.
Some duck steal her panties too?
I'm like, hey, you want to come back to my office and play some pinball? Don't worry, there was just a corpse in the closet. We got that cleaned out.
Hope you got jugs.
I just call this part of the podcast Adventures in No Context.
Yeah, and also, so as I was saying earlier, I got my perfect pinball game. I was playing that. So that's Senran Kagura Peach Ball, and it's a very good pinball game.
But also for perverts.
Yeah, like
pinball for the articles.
Yeah, but it's like it's like a really actually good pinball game. I'm enjoying. The tables are laid out really nice. The ball moves really well. The controls are super responsive.
All right.
But there's just giant titties everywhere. So like, if you're cool with that and you really like pinball, this is worth picking up.
Like, if you're not cool with giant titties, like, maybe we can't be cool.
What are you doing? Buying bathwater?
Right.
Yeah.
No, the guys who buy bathwater are definitely cool with giant titties.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Well, fuck yeah. If we're talking about money.
What'd you see this week?
I didn't see anything. I was going to see Midsummer, but I canceled my ticket.
Don't see it. It fucking sucks. It's so bad.
I thought Midsummer was a Netflix thing.
No, it came.
You're a Netflix thing.
Oh,
I watched The Society on Netflix this week.
We live in a society.
I know, don't we? The Society is this Netflix show where all of the teenagers in a town, like, everyone disappears but them. And they have to, like, figure out how to live as a society.
This sounds like The Missing.
Kind of. The Missing.
Okay, well, for this week, I want you to watch Menace to Society and tell me the differences.
Okay, you got it, Jose.
And then after that, I want you to watch Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice on the hood. Tell me the differences for all of those.
I'll have a 10-page paper on your desk by Monday.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So, yeah, it was pretty good. It was 10 episodes, went by really quick. Bunch of fucked up shit, so...
Gotta miss Netflix. That sounds great, you guys.
Oh, I got anime for people to watch. Just started up on Amazon Prime. They dumped the first 3 episodes yesterday. Vinland Saga. It's some cool Viking shit. So if you want to watch a bunch of Vikings cut each other's arms off, this is the show for you.
And it's an anime?
It's an anime.
Viking animes. All right.
Yeah.
Sounds dope.
Yeah, no, it's super cool. The animation's really nice, and it's pretty much it's Viking Berserk, which makes me happy.
Great. What you got, nice?
Stranger Things season 3 is great.
God damn it. Yeah, I bet. I fucking bet.
Good.
It's
so good.
It might be the best season yet, and it's tight, man. 8
It
episodes.
might just be the greatest television program of our time.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, it might just... If you can't watch it right now, you should just fucking go dig a hole.
So upset. And then when I'm done digging the hole, I'll put my goddamn cable line in it.
Yeah. Just go dig a tunnel under the road.
Have you watched any, Lee?
Of season 3? No, my fucking internet went out Tuesday.
Well, you had the tweet that was like, we would have been almost done with Stranger Things by now, so I thought that maybe you had started it somehow. But yeah, that makes sense.
I was living in a fantasy wherein like my shit didn't get all fucked up before a holiday weekend, and I got to enjoy that time off and watch the only fucking program that three of us like together. So fuck me for trying. Spectrum, you dicks.
I definitely don't want to spoil anything because I know Lee, you haven't watched it. Jose still hasn't watched season 2. Kelly, do you watch Stranger Things at all?
No, I don't like shows with smart children.
Okay, and then I know Mahoney has finished it.
Yep.
It's just really great. I can't really say much more than that without going too far into the plot. They're all almost teenagers now, so their characters are changing drastically, and you get to see that. And all
are they looking at each other's privates now?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I want to buy some bathwater. That was in.
Deleting this episode and not uploading it to TalkShoe just because of the private part stuff.
Shit.
Oh, is Jax there?
No, that's my fault.
All the stuff like the plot of season 3. If you've seen any of the ads or whatever, it centers around this new mall, the Starcourt Mall. All the mall stuff is just pitch perfect. It's interestingly gory in some parts and gross. And when they first show you how gross it could get, I believe it was at the end of the first episode, I howled with laughter. It was so fun and ridiculous. You'll know it when you get to it. But
that sounds amazing.
I'm excited to talk about it with you guys. There is I don't want to say anything about this either because I don't want to spoil it, but there's a new character who is great. I'm just gonna say that. And then
his name is Schmitty.
We'll discuss later who that character is, who the actor is, all that. But
played by Patton Oswalt.
Patton Oswalt was already on this show, Kelly.
No, that was Sean Astin.
Nah, that was Patton Oswalt.
But everyone's good. And Mahoney, you know what I'm talking about with the person I'm talking about, right?
Yes,
we've discussed this. Do you know what I'm talking about with the gross thing that happened at the end of the first episode?
I don't think I know.
Do they all shit their pants at the same exact time and then go look at it?
Kind of.
Ew,
kind of. We'll talk about it at a later date. And then also on Netflix, I remember renting this from the video store so much when I was a kid, but I guess I never actually watched it because The Dark Crystal is currently on Netflix, and I was like, fuck it. It's 90 minutes long. I turned it on, and immediately I'm like, oh yeah, I never actually watched this. I rented it probably a dozen times, but never put the VHS in or like would put it on, put it in and start it and leave or whatever. So it's directed by Jim Henson and Frank Oz. I was watching an episode of Defunctland recently talking about Muppet Babies, and there was an extended...
The Defunctland series on Jim Henson has been tremendous.
Defunctland in general is great. Even some of the older stuff where his voice is real weird and the production quality was low, but and back then it was much more about the theme parks. But yeah, we were watching this Defunctland, and they're showing these sets from the Dark Crystal. I'm like, holy shit. Like, these sets are massive, and it's all puppets and costumes. Like, there's not a single human in the whole thing, and it's pre-Labyrinth. So it's basically like a beta test for what they wanted to do with Labyrinth. And it's just out there. What it's missing is Labyrinth had David Bowie and Jennifer Connelly, obviously. Human characters, a big star in David Bowie that the audience could connect with. A lot of cool songs.
Sweet Hog,
like carrying a zucchini in his tights. Great songs, and also like some of the Labyrinth characters were good characters, like that you latched onto. The problem with the Dark Crystal is there's not really a hook. None of the characters are particularly interesting. The story's not particularly interesting. There's not any big like musical moments or something that you could pluck out from the movie and be like, okay, here, This is the what should bring you into this movie. There's nothing like that except for the massive scale and the puppets and the designs. It's pretty wild, man. And like, if you can improve on some of the technical things and also put together a story and develop some of the characters so that they're more interesting, because they're supposed to do it's on Netflix now because they're going to do a series. So if you do a Dark Crystal series with today's, show running and character building and all that, then it could be amazing. So if you're into Jim Henson, Muppets, Labyrinth, all that stuff, and you haven't seen the Dark Crystal, I would highly suggest it.
If you're into Muppets, Bathwater, check it out.
And then the last thing I want to talk about is this elephant slapping the shit out of this white girl. Just came up on my Twitter randomly over the past weekend. It's in Zambia. There's a bunch of fucking white kids and what looks like a bull African elephant in a hole, but with its head coming up over the edge of a concrete hole, so that its head is eye level with all these white kids, and they're taking pictures. It's reaching out. It could touch them with its trunk. And
it just punched that bitch out. It's trying to steal her phone.
Okay.
This bull elephant hauls off.
They all react worse to the elephant trying to take her phone than they do to the elephant punching her.
This elephant hauls off and smacks this honky. And Mary said that she saw something where slaps her phone into her face. There's like shit coming down the side of the elephant's face, which implies that it's in heat and obviously pissed off. So it's just fucking slapping white girls around like.
He's like, "Give me that fucking phone. I need some bathwater."
Slapped the shit out of that girl.
Slap the shit out of that white girl.
She had such a
Does
big
your man
smile.
have a trunk like that?
Such a big smile before that elephant
Christ.
Just slapping white girls like early 90s OJ.
Jesus. Girl back, too.
So what you got, Jose? I'm running out of juice on my headphones. You're about to die.
Fucking Lucifer dogs.
Lucifer.
Lucifer. I'm loving it. We're coming to the end of season 3 and shit is getting real. No spoilers. So I guess season 3 was the end of it on regular television. And then 4 picks up where Netflix picked it up.
Okay.
And then I guess 5 is the finale season done also by Netflix. So I don't know. It's stupid, but it's fucking great. Cheeky little devil, that guy.
You think that's stupid and great? So watch Riverdale next.
No, watch Stranger Things next.
Well, no, the next is finishing the last 2 episodes of Good Wife.
Why did you stop with 2 episodes to go?
Well, yeah, we did. And then
2 episodes of The Good Wife, and you turned it to a 4-season show.
Well, we were about to watch it, and then all of a sudden we moved. And then that got to the wayside, and then Lucifer turned into our unpacking show because that was something we could just put on. So we ended up going through a whole season in like a day with it just on as background noise as we unpacked and moved furniture and ate and bullshitted for a week. But now we're deeply invested, so
amazing.
Did pick up, watched, I think it was Bad Blood. I think another Netflix with Kim Coates about like the Canadian mob.
I like Kim Coates.
Yeah, I saw one episode of that, and that looks pretty good. So I guess it's like an agreement was based on true stories from what I'm getting. Is there was a period of 10 years where all the crime families in Canada agreed to stop fucking with each other and work together. And then this fast forwards 10 years later where those alliances start crumbling.
Interesting.
And Coates is in it, and some other guys you'd recognize from TV. But Kim Coates plays like the main guy's dude, his right hand man, the guy he trusts.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh yeah.
Bad Bloods and Lucifer. Who's gonna save my soul, baby? Some chick in a bath, spitting into a fucking Tupperware.
Isaac, still with us? What you got? Nope.
I guess not. Did Isaac go home?
Oh, what you got?
Let's see. I saw pretty much what you guys saw. I saw Far From Home, loved it. I saw Endgame again for the last time. Surprisingly, the theater was substantially full.
Yeah, it's hard to find a good screening of Endgame these days.
Yeah, I lucked out. I think it was Monday. I went and saw it. I said, "What the heck? Let me go check that out." Let's see. I saw the Batman Ninja Turtles Blu-ray. That's
legit.
I love the Shredder Batman fight. That was cool. Let's see this. That's all I got at the moment that I can think of.
Down about Dread Day.
Dread Day.
Well, you tell him about. He's gonna go to Dread Day with us tomorrow.
Oh, you mean Wick Day?
Oh, Wick Day. Sorry.
I was like, what's happening?
Dread Day.
Jose's been wanting to
Wick it out.
Watch all the Wicks, and I was like, he asked if I could find like a cam of it, and I found one, and it wasn't so good. So I was like, yeah, let's just kind of wait until Blu-ray. And he's like, no, fuck this. He's like, all right, I got tickets to see it on Wednesday. I was like, all right,
nice.
We're having a fucking dude smooch day, going to see Wick.
Fucking Wick Day. So we're gonna watch Wick here.
Wick 2, because I still haven't seen Wick 2.
We've both seen Wick 1.
Yeah,
I've seen them all, but
seen Wick
we
1.
both saw Wick 1 independently, and then we're gonna wick it up at 2, and then meet up with this guy and wick it up at 3 in the theaters.
Wait,
it's a hell of a day, gentlemen.
I'm not part of the Wick 2?
No, you're coming over for Wick 2.
Oh, okay, you said this guy, so
this guy.
There's multiple this guys involved in this.
No, you're not invited.
Apparently.
That's funny.
So
we're doing Nye's Wick Day without Nye's.
Then we're all flying out. Most of us, at least, will be flying out to New Hampshire to hang out with the Mahonies. Kelly and Jose will be missed greatly. Jack's going to find a new...
well, I'd be able to go and pay money on Bathwater.
I mean, what are you going to do, man? Choices got to be made, man. All you got to do between now and then, sell some Bathwater, buy yourself a plane ticket, man. That's how
But here's another thing is, I already pay once a month for Bathwater.
God damn it.
Like, and not only Bathwater, but I get like kitchen sink water,
toilet water,
faucet water,
and you're just letting it all go down the drain like some kind of sucker.
Just leaving money on the table.
Listen, I'll sell you a cup of my piss for $30.
Oh my god!
And on that note, we'll talk to you guys in 2 weeks.
Listen, I'll sell anyone a cup of Kelly's piss for $25. Okay.
After I go number 2, you are free to have anything that's left on the seat.
Oh,
Jesus Christ!
Anything that you can clean off with a knife.
That's the new subscription box. Oh God! 4.
If you subscribe to the Panels on Pages Patreon, you can get a cup of piss, poop scrapings, and Lee's pubes.
I didn't know, not just poop, because like every time I go number 2, I leave at least one hair on the seat.
That's all. That's just the bronze tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's bottom of the barrel.
You need to get diamond tier to get our depth charges.
Yeah. Email us. Podcast@PanelsOnPages.com. Leave us a voicemail, 616-951-1-POP, or hit us up on Twitter @PanelsOnPages, on Facebook, all that shit, we're everywhere. 4. Jason Knight, Jose Guzman, Kelly Harris, a good buddy Mahoney, and thanks to Isaac for hanging out. I'm the Lord Reverend Leo Rodriguez. Talk to you fools in 2 weeks at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central at youtube.com/PanelsOnPages. Panels on Pages. Night. Love you. Bye-bye.
No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
Give up on my way home, yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me. Give up on my way home, yeah. Give up on my way home, yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me. Give up on my way home, yeah. This is the movie for those who
Demonetize this, you fucking Google ass bitch.